program of the National Safety Council.
The Scouting Report from Radio Iowa Sports.
Last week's lackluster performance and a loss at Michigan State ended many of the goals a veteran Iowa team had coming into the season. Gone is the chance to compete for a Big Ten title, as well as a spot in the expanded college football playoff. Just how disappointing this season will be is still to be determined as the Hawks get set to host Northwestern. The Wildcats are 3-4, but the recent history of this series has featured tough and close games. The Hawkeyes escaped Wrigley Field last season with a late field goal, and in the last 8 games in the series, it's tied at 4 wins apiece.
They're a team where, they make you earn everything. They compete hard. They've got good players. So that's kind of what we're looking at. And if I was going to highlight one game this year, you look at the Indiana ball game. And Indiana, I think all of us know, has a really good football team. They're playing great football. 6 minutes left. It's a 3-point game.
That's Iowa coach Kirk Ferentz. The Hawkeyes enter the game with a record of 4-3, and linebacker Nick Jackson says there's still plenty to play for.
I mean, it's just 1 week seasons at this point, you know what I mean? You can get caught on the big picture. However many wins we can get at this point. But at the end of the day, it just comes to week by week, and you know what I mean? So it's just like you can't get to 6 wins if we can't get to 5 this week, you know what I mean? So that's what we're focused on this week, is just pushing forward and getting that 5th win this week.
Kickoff in Kinnick Stadium is 2:30. The game will be televised by the Big Ten Network. 9th-ranked Iowa State is idle this week. The Cyclones are 7-0 and return to action next Saturday at home against Texas Tech. It will be the end of a long-standing rivalry tomorrow when Northern Iowa hosts Missouri State. The Bears are moving to the FBS level in Conference USA next season. UNI and Missouri State have been conference rivals since both were part of the Mid-Continent Conference beginning in 1981.
This is the last conference game of the original conference because Western's gone, Eastern's gone, Missouri State's gone, and it was us. We were the 4 originals, okay, that started this league.
That's UNI coach Mark Farley. The Panthers are 2-5 overall. They sit at 0-3 in Missouri Valley Conference play. There's a couple of big small college games in the state this week. The co-leaders in the Great Plains Conference collide tomorrow when 4th-ranked Dordt hosts number 8 Morningside. Dordt coach Joel Penner says finishing drives in the red zone will be a key. Dordt has the GPAC's top rushing attack, while Morningside has the league's top passing offense.
Sometimes it's who makes the fewest mistakes. I mean, that's definitely a part of it, but I think this one's going to come down to which team can create the most explosive plays, protect the ball, and you got to score points. We've had games where we've been statistically very good and not won. That's not what you want. You got to score points. So red zone offense is going to be a big feature as well.
The lead in the American Rivers Conference race is on the line in Cedar Rapids tomorrow when 13th-ranked Wartburg visits number 21 Co. Wartburg coach Chris Winters says
life's pleasant becomes delightfully routine.
Well, they got a nice offensive line, a couple nice backs. They're efficient on offense. They're not really making a lot of mistakes turning the ball over, and their defense is as good as any in the country. I mean, they stop the run, they put pressure on your quarterback, they make it hard to move the ball, and that's a pretty good combination for winning a lot of football games.
Co averages just over 236 yards of rushing per game and gives up just under 40. High school football's next.
If you grill it, he will come.
Hey.
Hey.
Is this heaven?
Nope. It's fairway.
them a little bit. We don't want a high-scoring game with these guys.
I'm excited to play a quality opponent. Cherokee's a phenomenal team, incredibly athletic, explosive on offense. Their quarterback's just a dynamic athlete on both sides of the ball, and a lot of really good pieces all around him. So, it's going to be a tough team to defend. So, yeah, it's a tough matchup, but it's exciting for a tough matchup.
It's a win-or-go-home top 10 Class 2A matchup. Will it be the Spirit Lake Indians or the Cherokee Braves? For KCHE Radio in Cherokee and your Radio Iowa Scouting Report, I'm Caleb Claycamp.
Also in Class 2A tonight, it's second-ranked West Lyon hosting Garner-Hayfield Ventura. Third-ranked PCM is at home against Des Moines Christian, while fourth-ranked Van Meter hosts Albia. 1A tonight, top-ranked Grundy Center is at home against Eddyville Blakesburg Fremont. It's second-ranked Dike New Hartford hosting Ogden. Third-ranked Sigourney Kyoto plays host to West Branch. In Class A, eighth-ranked Oakland Riverside opens at home against Linville Sully. Chris Varney reports.
The Bulldogs are the 2 seed out of District 7, led by junior Jackson Gordon with 1,649 rushing yards, which leads Class A running backs and 5th in the entire state. Riverside head coach Daryl Frayne.
A lot of times, other guys just kind of run into the pile or run to the area they're supposed to. And if there's a hole that opens up early, he usually pops through it. And that's probably unique for him and the high school kids. So we're glad we have him able to do those things, and we'll take advantage of it.
Linville Sully head coach Mike Parkinson has just the answer for Gordon. It's Taryn Gosselink, who has 22 tackles for a loss on defense.
Taryn Gosselink has been a really important player for us there. He's played a combination, a little bit of a defensive end and an outside linebacker. We kind of have this hybrid edge guy that we use. He's one of the state leaders in tackle for loss, and he's just done a really good job for us, kind of getting in the backfield, making big plays.
5-3 Linville Sully visits 6-2 Riverside in Class A first-round playoff action tonight. For the Scouting Report, I'm Chris Varney.
Also in Class A, top-ranked ACGC hosts Wayne. It's second-ranked West Hancock at home against HMS Hartley, while third-ranked Lisbon plays host to Starmont. There's one rated matchup in the opening round, an 8-player. It finds sixth-ranked Bedford on the road at number 9 Belle Plaine. It's top-ranked Algona Garrigan hosting Tripola. Number 2 Lennox is at home against Exira EHK. This season, Bex is recognizing student athletes that are not just a star in athletics, but a player that shows heart in school, at work, through the community, and in the ag industry. Besides athletics, Student Senate, and National Honor Society, Olivia Primrose from Vinton Shellsburg works at a pharmacy and is a certified nursing assistant.
And our school actually offers a course that you can get CNA certified. So I took that last year. So I am certified as a CNA, and that's pretty cool.
Addison Poppin of Webster City will miss her senior season in volleyball and basketball due to an ACL injury, and says dealing with adversity is something she learned while watching both of her grandfathers farm.
There's always issues while farming that they don't expect, and I obviously didn't expect this either, but I realized with a lot of hard work that I can get through it and meet my end goal. Growing up on a farm has taught Azaria McDonough of Central Springs the value of hard work and persistence.
Don't give up just because something failed on you. Sometimes, I know my dad gets really frustrated, and, I see that, just not giving up and just keep on, trial and error and keep on going. Cale Van Sickle of Southeast Valley says interest in farming took off after his father let him drive a tractor at a young age.
Probably about 4 or 5, we have an old International M. He'd let me drive that around the yard. I used to always sit on his lap, and he always let me steer.
Nominate a student athlete by searching Beck's Player with Heart. The rest of week.
When you go home, you'll feel good about what you did, and you're doing it for the kids. If they don't have us, they don't have these games.
Life's buzzing with energy, from the delightfully routine to the novel and exciting to the truly uncharted. With all that life brings, it's easy to lose track of what powers all those moments, our health. At Mercy One, our caring doctors focus on just that, powering health, from the everyday to the extraordinary. So you're ready for what life brings next. Find care at mercyone.org/healthpowerslife.
The Scouting Report from Radio Iowa Sports.
It's the final week of the regular season in the three largest classes, and a top 5 clash in 4A will determine the champion in District 5. It's top-ranked North Polk visiting number 5 Adel ADM. Shaquan Nettingham will call the game for Raccoon Valley Radio.
The Tigers sit at 7-1 on the season with their only loss to the Lewis Central Titans back in Week 3 in overtime, 30-27. North Polk has not lost all season, with their closest match being Week 1 against Bondurant Farrar, winning 42-41. ADM junior quarterback Hudson Scholl has over 1,100 passing yards with 12 touchdowns and has also rushed for 769 yards and 12 TDs on the ground. North Polk senior quarterback Nathan Feldman has thrown for 587 yards with 6 touchdowns and rushed for over 1,200 yards, scoring 18 TDs. Both teams have already clinched the playoffs. Tonight's game will determine the seeding. Again, my name is Shaquan Nettingham with Raccoon Valley Radio and K1079 KKRF for the Scouting Report.
Also in Class 4A, there's one other rated matchup. It finds second-ranked Pella at home against sixth-ranked Gilbert. It's number 3 Decorah visiting Waterloo East. Fourth-ranked Lewis Central is on the road at Dallas Center Grimes. In Class 5A, second-ranked Bettendorf will complete an unbeaten regular season with a victory at number 10 Iowa City High. Bettendorf coach Aaron Wiley says the Bulldogs have not even discussed their record.
You know, the two guys I coached for at Bettendorf before I got here are both in the Hall of Fame. You know, Merv Hobnick and Randy Scott. And they both said the important games are in November. You know, and we've tried to take that mentality too. So, you know, here in a week everybody's going to be 0-0, and what you did in the regular season, I guess it affects you now with your seeding and all that. But really, honestly, you know, it doesn't matter anymore after this week. You're back to 0-0 again, and there you go.
Wiley says the Bulldog offense has been better than expected this season, and they may need to score points against the Little Hawks.
I mean, you talk about high-powered offenses, man. I mean, they put up points and yards on everybody, and really like their quarterback. And we played them twice last year. We played them in the regular season, and then we played them in the playoffs again. And same quarterback, a lot of the same guys, and they're really hard to slow down. So they've been able to put up a bunch of points and yards on about everybody they play, so it'll be a real challenge for our defense.
One other rated matchup in 5A finds third-ranked Linn-Mar on the road at eighth-ranked Pleasant Valley. It's top-ranked Dowling Catholic visiting Sioux City North. Number 4 Johnston hosts Sioux City East, while fifth-ranked West Des Moines Valley is at home against Marshalltown. And in Class 3A tonight, it's top-ranked Williamsburg on the road at number 8 Benton. Second-ranked Dubuque-Wahlert visits Maquoketa. It's third-ranked Humboldt hosting Webster City, while fourth-ranked Sergeant Bluff-Luton is at home against Sioux Center. That's all for the Scouting Report. For Radio Iowa Sports, I'm Todd Kim.
First round of the Class 2A postseason for a City on the road to take on Central Lion George Little Rock, and we'll have the chance to go behind the enemy lines and talk with the head man of the Lions, Curtis Eben, here in just a second. Our pregame show Behind the Enemy Lines program is brought to you by Shooters Sports Bar and Grill. Shooters is the home of our Warriors Live program every Wednesday night. Now, normally from 7 to 8, but last week and then again this week will be from 6 to 7, so keep that on your radar. Also, Shooters Sports Bar and Grill, they got a redesigned dining room, new ownership there at Shooters, and they're offering pizza from 9 to 10 p.m. So if you're looking for a pie, you can get some pizza from 9 to 10. Now, their normal menu, again, will end at 9 o'clock, but you can get pizza at Shooters from 9 to 10 every day that they are open, and it's any pizza that you would like to order. Again, that's from 9 to 10 at Shooters Sports Bar and Grill, the sponsor of today's Behind the Enemy Lines program. All right, and now we will bring in the head man of the Central Lion George Little Rock Lions. Coach, thanks so much for talking with us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And getting set for the Indians and the Lions this evening. Obviously, two teams that don't have a lot of history with each other. And, Coach, getting set for this one. First of all, just, this season kind of been, you've had some high points, obviously, but obviously some low points as well, getting ready for the postseason. Now everybody kind of wipes the slate clean. What's your guys' mindset going into tonight's game?
Yeah, it's one of those things, like you said, it's been an up and down season, especially when you consider some of the things. But we're sitting at 5-3, and we're 2 plays away from being 7-1, and We lost an early one to just a PAT to Emmitsburg, and then we lost in overtime to Cherokee. And so, like you said, a couple plays, and we're sitting at 7-1, and there's less questions, I should say, and now we're sitting at 5-3. So, proud of our guys staying consistent. Our seniors have been dedicated. They've done all the little things they needed to do to really stay the course to get ourselves positioned for a home playoff game. And I'm really proud of those guys and what they've done to accomplish this year.
And obviously, that's the big thing of getting that second seed and being able to play at home. Obviously, has to be a goal of everybody. This first round, there can be some long trips, including tonight. 4A City making a long trip there to Rock Rapids. So obviously, a big advantage for you guys to have the home field advantage.
Yeah, absolutely. When you get to this time of the year in playoffs and road time, it does become a big factor. And for our guys to get second in our district, in a three-way tie, our district was as tough as it has been in a long time, up and down. It's a physical district, a lot of ranked teams throughout the year. For us to come out in second place, we felt really good. And again, like I said, proud of our guys and the commitment they made, and to get that home game and as an important part of their season.
Well, Coach, it's been a pretty phenomenal last few years for you guys. I know you would have liked to finish the deal a couple of times, but since your last first-round exit in 2019, by my count, a runner-up, a quarterfinal, a state championship, and then of course, falling just short a year ago. What's this kind of run been like for your program?
Yeah, absolutely. It's like they say, tradition never graduates, and for us, you just start to rebuild, and you look at the next year, and like you said, we lost a lot of seniors last year, though, so our makeup was going to be much different than we had the years before. Obviously, you don't graduate two Division I athletes and think things aren't going to change, and so but again, our core nucleus this year, Stam Christensen, Jack Kroll, Jude Cooper-Schmidt, Matt Albert, four of our captains, they've been on this trip with us. They've been this journey, and they understand it. So, we just got a lot of young guys around them, sophomore quarterback, sophomore tailback, sophomore receiver, just some guys that, they had a responsibility to take those guys on. And they've really done a nice job of just incorporating them and buying in and not being they know we need those guys to win football games, and they've done a nice job of really taking them along. So, but like I said, it's been those past years have been fun, and our expectations are our expectations. It doesn't change year in and year out. Our guys know that, and it takes a lot of hard work, a lot of really good coach to get to where they're at, and just proud of our community, our school, and mostly our players.
And, Coach, you kind of went there already, but that's where we're going to go next. Let's talk about your sophomore quarterback, Jaden Dahl, and kind of what you've seen from him this year, how he's kind of, trying to, be a leader in that offense at such a young age. What have you seen from him, and how has he been able to put up some points this year?
Yeah, he's a kid that just develops. He's really, from day one to here, you see the growth. As I always say, you're a sophomore until about game 4, and now you're a varsity player, and your maturity's got to change. And I really feel like he's done an excellent job of adapting and maturing his way through this season. Our sophomore tailback is kind of the same way. And so, when you got those guys, you're going to make mistakes at times. You're going to live with it. And, that's the choice that you made when he became quarterback, and is that you as a coach need to know that those little things are going to happen, and it's about teaching and learning and moving forward. And I really think our guys have done a nice job of handling that process, and Jaden's done an excellent job of growing through that process and making himself a better football player.
Coach, what will 4A City fans see from your offense? What do you guys like to do?
Really, we're kind of a bread and butter type RPO. We're not fancy in what we do. We just do what we do, but we do it better every week. We just try to keep kids accountable on both sides of the ball. We like to play disciplined defense, offense. We like to spread the ball around. Obviously, we want to run the football. There's no doubt about it. But then when we need to pass, we want to make it an efficient pass and make sure our guys are in position to make plays. So, the X and O game is what it is. But at the end of the day, it's about your Jimmies and your Joes, and about getting guys to run through a wall for you. And we got a group of guys right now that are playing at a high level, and got to appreciate that from a coaching standpoint.
We're talking behind the enemy lines with the head coach of Central Lyon, George Litteron, Curtis Eben. And, Coach, now let's flip the other side of the ball defensively. What have you seen from your defense this year, and what will 4A City fans see from a Central Lyon, George Little Rock defense?
Yeah, it starts up front with our guys. We get, 4 of our guys up front are returning. A lot of them have played football the past couple of years. Jack Kroll, he's a returning All-State player. Sam Christian, an All-State player. Zach Durant, who's really developed, and Levi Kramer throughout the year. So, those 4 guys are a nucleus of our defense. And then we got, we just build behind them with some speed. Drew Kuberschmidt, an All-State linebacker, and then, we got some sophomore guys filling in at linebacker to safety. But, really our defense is just made up of, we got to be disciplined, accountable, and fly to the ball and attack every play. And so we've seen that with our guys this year. At times we've kind of struggled with it a little bit, just of the young mistakes we've had. But we seem to get better. We're buying in as we go along. So again, it's like I said, you just got to go out and thump people around and get after it and have some fun.
Coach, obviously last week, a tough week. What were maybe some learning points that you guys were able to pick up from last week to try to help grow this team?
Yeah, last week first of all, we didn't have our starting quarterback, and so our game plan changed a little bit, and obviously the physicality of the game. Obviously, West Lyon is as good as they come. We know each other extremely well. There's no doubt about it. We're only 15 miles from each other, so these kids go to church together. They know each other, and it's one of those things. We've had their number the last couple of years, and throughout that game, things the ball didn't bounce our way, and things kind of got out of control. At second half, we came out, we scored it away, 3 and out, and then we fumbled the punt. So, just momentum things that just happened throughout that game. But our kids learn from it. It's one of those development games where you lost, but you got better because of it, and I really feel like that our guys have responded great this week in practice.
Obviously, pretty well known, the history, we talked about it already, of your guys' history in the postseason, and also probably pretty well known that, 4A City just doesn't have that kind of history in the postseason. So you're talking about a team that's got experience, though young, and a team that really doesn't have an experience this time. Do you feel like your team has maybe a little bit of an upper hand just because they've been in these situations before?
Yeah, I think every playoff scenario is different. I'd say the upper hand is going to be the travel aspect of it, and there's no doubt about that. But, when I look at 4 Cities' team and, they have multiple 3-year starters, there's a reason, the first thing we see a team that hasn't made the playoffs for a while, why do they make it this year? And you go back and you look, and the quarterback's a 3-year starter. They got a couple D linemen that are 3-year starters. Guys that have played some as sophomores, maybe moved position on their team. So there's definitely a core nucleus on 4 City that is the reason why they're in the position they're in. And so you always got to take account of what's going on there. And so, they got that core group of seniors that have stuck together and put themselves in this position. So, again, it's going to come down to the little things when you play this game.
What are a couple of things that have stood out to you from 4A City, whether they do offensively or defensively, that you think might give your team a little bit of trouble?
It starts with their quarterback. He's 3-year starters, 1,500 yards passing, 15 or 16 touchdowns on the year. They run a pro-style offense. They want to pound it at you, but at the same time, they're going to bootleg and get that quarterback out in space. He's got a heck of an arm. He can rifle that thing 70 yards in the air. So, you got to be aware of that as you go through. The receivers are talented kids, and so you really just got to simmer down and get them to be one style of offense. The same thing happened. I feel like what happened to us last Friday night happened to 4 City throughout a couple of games where they just get down and things start to crumble, and then the ball really doesn't bounce their way. And so, but that doesn't. And then some of the games they stayed in and they battled. You saw a team that had a lot of fight throughout 4 quarters. So, again, for us, we got to be prepared to go 4 quarters and really fight for everything we get this game.
Coach, have you been in charge of the weather this fall so far?
Man, if I am, I'm getting out of coaching next year.
It has been absolutely beautiful here in north central Iowa, and I'm sure it's been just the same out there in northwest Iowa, and again set for another beautiful night of football here between 4A City and Central Lyon George Little Rock. Well, Coach, appreciate your time. Thanks so much. Best of luck this evening, and maybe catch up with you again in the future.
Sounds good. Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
That's our Behind the Enemy Lines program, talking with the head man of the Central Lyon George Little Rock Lions, Curtis Eben. We'll come right back. This is Indian Football from Koloff Media Sports.
Shooters in Forest City is under new ownership. Hello, I'm Leah. I'm one of the new owners. Have you seen our weekly specials on our Facebook page? Posted every Friday. If not, give us a follow. We're committed to the same great service you have come to know and expect. So come on in and give us a try today.
A&W Restaurant in Forest City. A&W has delicious burgers, cheese curds, onion rings, chicken tenders, and more available daily from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Finish your meal with a tasty root beer float, shake, polar swirl, or soft serve ice cream. A&W, where the food is as good as the root beer. Highway 69 North in Forest City.
Custom Paint and Collision of Forest City. Corey and his staff have nearly 50 years of body shop experience and can fix just about anything on the road. They give free estimates and also carry car batteries and windshield wipers. Located on Highway 69 just south of Forest City, it's Custom Paint and Collision, your body shop.
Gold Eagle Co-op. We are your team. Now offering LP for farm and home. Contact your local Gold Eagle location for more information or for career opportunities, including grain operations, agronomy, feed mill, and transportation. Visit goldeaglecoop.com.
FCIS Insurance is proud to support our local athletes throughout the year. Let FCIS be your partner, not just your agent, helping you with all your insurance needs. With multiple carriers, we can get you the best coverage for the best price. Call us today at 800-331-1520. Good luck, Indians, from FCIS Insurance.
Forest City Family Dentistry downtown on J Street. Dr. Layla can now place crowns in one visit. No clumsy temporary or return appointment needed. Also ask us about replacing missing teeth with affordable dental implants. Visit the place that puts a smile on your face. Forest City Family Dentistry. Call 585-4636.
Welcome back to Rock Rapids here as we get set for week one of the Iowa High School football playoffs. Once again, thanks to Coach Curtis Eben for taking some time and talking with us here in the pregame show as we get set for week one of the Iowa High School Athletic Association playoffs. It is Central Lyon, George Little Rock, and 4A City. The Lions come in at 5-3 overall. The Indians of 4A City are 4-4 overall. 4A City finished third place, 3-2 in Class 2A District number 2. Whereas Central Lyon, George Little Rock finishing 3-2 and in second place via the three-way tiebreaker between second place, third place, and fourth place. And they finish second place and get to host the Indians here tonight. Pretty good district there in Class 2A District number 1. And Garner Hayfield Ventura, the Cardinals, they're just up the road about 15 miles taking on West Lyon this evening as they are the number 1 team coming out of Class 1A District number 4. And, of course, Garner Hayfield Ventura, the number 4 team coming out of the Indians District in Class 2A District number 2. Let's take a look at our starting lineups tonight. First of all, those of the Lions of Central Lyon, George Little Rock. We'll take a look at their starting lineup first, and it will look like this. We'll talk about the Coach Eben's offense, the offensive lineman. First offensive tackle, number 54, Jack Kroll, a senior 6'3", 225 pounds. Guard is number 54, Sam Christensen, senior 6'3", 270. At center is number 66, Regan Hashi. He's a senior at 5'8", 175. The other side is number 52, Ethan Knobloch, a junior at 5'9", 230. And number 75, Zach Dernith, the junior, 6'3", 230 pounds. The tailback tonight is number 20. We're going to see a lot of him, Michelet Sedum. He's a sophomore, 5'9", 186 pounds. At wide receiver is number 3, Matt Albert. He is a senior at 6 foot, 180 pounds. And on the other side, it is number 35, Drew Kupperschmeld, a senior, 6'1", 200 pounds. The other wide receiver is number 16, Thomas Herbert, a senior at 6 foot, 170 pounds. And at number 12 is Jason Higas. He is a senior at 6 foot, 185 pounds. The quarterback is number 11, Jaden Dale, a sophomore, 6 foot 175 pounds. On defense, the defensive line, number 54, Jack Kroll again, number 56, Sam Christensen. Number 33 is Levi Kramer, a senior at 5'8", 165, and it is Dreneth, the other defensive tackle, number 75. The linebackers look like this. Number 8 is Jepte Raymond. He's a sophomore, 5'10", 150 pounds. Middle linebacker is number 35, Drew Kumperschmeld again. And it also number 3, Matt Albert. The defensive backs, number 7, Gavin Bruns. He's a junior, 5'8", 160. Number 2 is Brady Kirsch, sophomore, 5'10", 150 pounds. The other defensive backs are number 4, Liam Vandersee. He is a junior, 6 foot 172. And the other defensive back is number 22, Weston Freaking. He is a senior at 6 foot 165 pounds for the Lions. Again, coached by 8th-year head coach Curtis Eben. We'll come back after the national anthem. We'll have the Forest City starting lineup, and we will get set for kickoff between the Indians of Forest City and the Lions of Central Lyon George Little Rock here. 51 degrees with the wind out of the north at 7 miles per hour in Rock Rapids. Beautiful night for Iowa High School playoff football. It is week 1 of the Iowa High School football playoffs. We'll come back. This is Indian Football from Koloff Media Sports.
Forest City Ford at the corner of 9 and 69 in Forest City wishes good luck to our local athletes. We look forward to seeing you compete. When you need a vehicle, see us at Forest City Ford, where customers really do send their friends.
Matt Jennings and Troy Hall of Jennings & Hall Financial Group, located at MBT Bank, want to thank our Forest City teams for their hard work and dedication and wish them good luck this season. Best wishes from Matt and Troy at Jennings & Hall Financial Group, located at MBT Bank in Forest City.
MBT Bank, based in Forest City, with 9 locations across northern Iowa and southern Minnesota to serve you. MBT supports the Forest City Indians, and we look forward to seeing our student athletes compete all year long. Good luck.
To everyone making time for life's best moments, let us celebrate with you.
In Wisconsin, we love celebrating together.
Big days or any other day.
So much.
From hot and juicy
to ooey gooey to oh my word.
Oh my word.
Gophers!
Serving you a handcrafted meal that makes
today a little bit more special. That's what fills us up inside.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Yeah.
For everyone, whether on campus or online, experience the support of a community that feels like home. Learn more today at waldorf.edu.
Welcome back here to Rock Rapids. 51 degrees, getting set for the first round of the Iowa High School football playoffs. Darren Eggestal with you here tonight. Beautiful night for Iowa High School football between the Indians and the Lions. Let's take a look at the starting lineup for Forest City tonight. The Indians will start first on defense. The defensive tackle is number 53, Nick Donchie, 6'1", 190. He is a senior. Defensive ends are number 78, Brock Good, 6'1", 215, senior, and number 77, Tristan Bransoy, a 6'5", 255-pound senior. At the linebackers, number 24, James Hagan, 5'10 and a half, 185-pound senior, and Luke Kearney's number 40, 5'7", 190 pounds. He is a senior for the Indians. Number 6 is Ryan Bailey, 6'2", 205-pound senior. Number 44 is Parker Cox, a 5'9", 200-pound senior. The strong safety is number 9, Ty Dillavu, 6'2 and a half, 190-pound senior. The corners are number 3, Carson Hall, 6'2", 160-pound senior, and number 2, Deegan Moore, 5'6", 140-pound junior. The Indians' free safety is number 33, Peter Wilson. He is a 5'11", 185-pound sophomore. The Indians on offense will look like this. The offensive line, the left tackle is 78, Brock Good, 6'1", 215-pound junior. The left guard is number 56, Gavin Litzen, a 5'10", 215-pound junior. The center is number 63, Peyton Kleins, a 5'7", 230-pound senior. The right guard is number 57, Gabe Kozma, 6'2", 220-pound junior. The right tackle is number 77, Tristan Bransoy, 6'5", 255-pound senior. And the Indians' running back is number 33, Peter Wilson, 6'1", 175-pound sophomore. At the wide receivers, tonight it is Carson Hall, 6'2", 175-pound senior. Ty Sopkos, 6'1", 180-pound junior for the Indians. 4A City's tight ends, number 20, Corey Thorson, 6'3", 210-pound senior, and number 40, Luke Kurnius, 5'7", 190-pound senior. That's the starting lineup for head coach Tyler Anderson and the 4A City Indians as we are getting set for kickoff tonight here from Rock Rapids. Indians back in the postseason for the first time since 2013, qualifying for the postseason for the first time since 2013, and we are getting set here for kickoff. Our pregame show has been brought to you by Kingland Construction Service and KCS Customs in 4A City. Give them a call today, your Western snowplow dealer in 4A City, 641-581-0101. That's 641-581-0101. Kingland Construction Service and KCS Customs, a proud supporter of 4A City Indian High School Athletics. They are the sponsor of today's pregame show as we get set for this one here tonight between the Lions of Central Lyon, George Little Rock, and the Indians of 4A City. 4A City going with the all-whites tonight, white helmets, white jerseys, and white pants for the Indians. Those white jerseys have numbers on front and back. Those are in red for the Indians. It is purple jerseys and purple pants for the Lions of Central Lyon, George Little Rock. They have white numbers on front and back of those. Yellow helmets to go along for Coach Eben's club. 12 minutes on the clock, getting set for kickoff. Set to kick this one off for the Lions of Central Lyon, George Little Rock is Jepte Raymond. 40 kickoffs this year, 17 touchbacks. Also quite the field goal kicker. We'll have to talk about that maybe a little bit later on in the broadcast. Deegan Moore back to receive for the Indians, and we are underway in the Iowa High School football playoffs, and it's taken at the 4-yard line by the Indians. Deegan Moore's got it 15-20, still on his feet. Oh, he didn't quite get to the 20, where he is absolutely leveled right before the 20-yard line. That was Jason Higas, the senior, who comes in and levels Deegan Moore. And they're going to put him down at about the 18-yard line, so the Indians will take over first down and 10 from their own 18-yard line. We are underway here from Rock Rapids. Thanks for joining us tonight on KIOW and watching live on KIOW.com. We're going to see the Indian offense for the first time tonight as they take the field first down and 10 from their own 18-yard line. They'll break the huddle up to the 18, two receivers to the far side. Cut into the right side of the formation, two in the backfield with Dillavu. Here's the snap. Indians are going to swing it out left side. It's caught by Sopko. Sopko is nearing the 20-yard line. I'm not sure he got quite to it. It's going to be a gain of 1, maybe 2. They are going to give him, I think, right at the 20-yard line, so it'll be a 2-yard pickup on a little swing pass to the far side to Sopko, and the Indians have second down and 8 upcoming. So positive yards on play number 1 for the Indians. Obviously, we talked about it in the pregame show, but new experience for everybody on this roster for 4A City. Playing here in the postseason might have some of those early game jitters. First ever matchup between 4A City and Central Lyon, George Little Rock. Here's the handoff left side. It's Peter Wilson. And Peter Wilson bounces off one would-be tackler. He gets across the 20. It'll find maybe one more yard to the 21-yard line, so a gain of 1 on the play.
Short gain on the play.
They'll give him a gain of 1 to the 21-yard line, so the Indians will have third down and 7 upcoming. Big third down early in this game, as the Indians will have third down and 7 from their own 21-yard line. 10:45 to play opening quarter here from Rock Rapids. Two receivers on the near side. Indians have a couple of tight ends in the game, running back in the backfield. Dillavu in the gun. 4 down linemen, 3 linebackers for Central Lyon, George Little Rock. Dillavu will roll out. He'll pass complete. Caught at the 25-30, across the 30-yard line, near the 35. First down and 10 Indians, as 4A City will move the chains for the first time tonight to the 35-yard line, as they will complete that one to Ty Sopko again. Second completed pass to Sopko, and the Indians have first down and 10 from the 35-yard line. Chains will get set. Clock will continue to turn, and the Indians will have first down and 10 upcoming. Trying to move the football out of their own territory here on drive number 1. Dillavu in the gun. He's got 2 receivers in a stack to the far side of the formation. Going to hand this one off to Wilson. Wilson's got a little bit of running room across the 35 before he's stacked up by a host of Lions. Initial tackle there by Sam Christensen and Levi Kramer. Originally there on the play. Not going to quite get to the 37-yard line. Just a little bit about the nose of the football, short of the 37-yard line. So the Indians will have second down and a long 8 upcoming from just short of their 37-yard line. 2 receivers to the far side. Dillavu in the gun again. He'll try the hard count. Central Lyon George Little Rock not biting on that play action. Delavu will roll out. Now he's going to throw. He's got a receiver. It's caught at the 45-yard line and out of bounds, enough for a first down. The Indians will march the chains again across the 45 near the 46-yard line. So the Indians will have a second first down here as they will mark the football right at the 46. So the Indians will have first down and 10 now from the 46-yard line, their own 46. 9:23 to play here in the opening quarter. And the Indians will break the huddle. Went out of bounds, clock stops, one receiver here to the near side, one receiver to the far side of the formation. Delavu with the hard count. 4 defensive linemen down for Central Lyon. George Little Rock not showing too much blitz. There is Peter Wilson again on the carry for the Indians as he will find a little yard, not quite to the 50-yard line. As he'll be brought up short of the 50 to about the 48, so a gain of about 2 on the play for the Indians. Second down and 8 upcoming once again here for 4A City. Opening possession for the Indians. Here in about 4 minutes off the clock so far. Just under 3. Delavu in the gun. 8:45 remaining here in the opening quarter. He'll take the snap. Going to go again to Wilson right side across midfield. And Wilson's going to have a pretty good carry here on second down. Going to be short of the first down marker. And 4A City will be into Lion territory for the first time across midfield. Short of the, about right at the 48. They'll put it right at the 48-yard line of Central Lyon George Little Rock. It is a short third down upcoming here for the Indians. They got their first third down earlier, 1 for 1 so far. Looking to convert another one here with 8 minutes left in the opening quarter. Third down and 4 from the 48. Delavu takes the snap, looks to throw. And he's caught by James Hagan, but he is going to be leveled there around midfield. Hagan kind of slipped up as he was trying to get around Raymond. But he makes the tackle right at midfield, and 4A City will bring the punt unit out. It'll be a loss of 1 on the play. It'll be 4th down and 5. Indians move the football. They're going to put Central Lyon George Little Rock back as they try to flip the field here. Saw some good movement from the offense. That's what you like to see on the opening drive. Would like to have a score, but instead it's going to be a punt. Taking it about the 18-yard line by Central Lyon George Little Rock and being wrapped up there just across the 25-yard line short of the 30. So a long field to come here for Central Lyon George Little Rock as we get to see the sophomore quarterback Dale for the first time as he'll bring out his offense. Sophomore quarterback, sophomore tailback here for Central Lyon George Little Rock. Missing last week, Jaden Dale. Liam Vandersea got the quarterback time a week ago against West Lyon. And it'll be from the 26-yard line where the Lions will take over first down and 10 from their own 26. Dale will send Upper Schmidt in motion from left to right across the formation. Ball is bobbled by Sedum, but he gets it back and is able to get a couple of yards, positive yards, as it was kind of bobbling in his arms when he got the handoff. But a gain of 3 on the play up near the 30-yard line. It'll be second down and 7 upcoming here for the West Lyon offense. A West Lyon offense that is put up shy of 242 yards this year. And it's going to be a quarterback keeper by Dale, as he's not going to have enough for a first down. It's going to be a first opportunity here for the Indians defense to find a stop on third down. It'll be third down and short, though. A gain of about 4 or 5 on the play. And third down upcoming here for Central Lyon George Little Rock from the 34-yard line in their own territory. 6:20 to play in the opening quarter. Big chance here for the Indians defense to find a stop. They'll go 4 defensive linemen down, 3 linebackers. Showing blitz are the Indians. They're going to hand it off to Sedum. Looking for the first down yardage. And he's going to be right close to the sticks. I'm not sure if he got it or not from the spot on the far side. It looks like he's going to be a bit short. We'll see where they officially spot the football. And he is going to be short. It's going to be 4th down here for Central Lyon George Little Rock. And they're going to keep the offense on the field here for now. as they signal in from the sidelines. A gentleman wearing green and a gentleman wearing red and a gentleman wearing yellow jerseys signaling it in. They are going to go for it. 4th down and 1 from the 36. Big opportunity here for the Indians defense. And Dale's going to throw it. It's complete across the 40 midfield and finally run out of bounds right at midfield. 1st down and 10 here for Central Lyon George Little Rock. They go to the air. And they're going to have about 13 yards there near midfield of the 49-yard line, enough for a Central Lyon George Little Rock 1st down. A big opportunity for the Indians there on 4th down and about 1. And Central Lyon George Little Rock rolled out and threw it for about 13 yards. 1st down and 10. Lions from right around midfield. 5:26 to play here in the opening quarter. Now they're going to swing it out here near side. It's caught by Sedum. He's got a couple of blocks trying to get around those blockers. Finally, he's going to be brought down by Bransoy. Tristan Bransoy ran from his defensive line position all the way out to the numbers to make the stop at the 45-yard line. As Central Lyon George Little Rock had great blocking on the perimeter by their wide receivers. Locked up the Indians' DBs. And it took Bransoy running down the line to the 45, where he finally made the tackle of Sedum there at the 45-yard line. 4:55 to play opening quarter. 2nd down at about 4 here for Central Lyon George Little Rock. Indians showing blitz from Kearney up the middle. Instead, they're going to hand it off to Sedum, and he is going to be brought down, and a penalty marker is on the field. So Kearney got kind of thrown down in the backfield by 75 Dreneth, and it's going to be holding against him, so it's going to be about a 10-yard penalty here for Central Lyon George Little Rock. Was that in front of or behind the line of scrimmage? And they're going to go right from the original line of the 45-yard line, so they'll put it back from the 45 across into Lions territory at their 45-yard line, where it'll be 2nd down and about 16 upcoming. 14, excuse me. As the 1st down marker is at the 41-yard line. 2nd down and 14 from the 45 inside Lion territory. 4:42 to play here in the opening quarter. Indians showing blitz, and Forest City is going to give them 5 yards right back. As the Indians' defensive line is going to move, so it's going to be 5 yards coming right back here to Central Lyon George Little Rock. Encroachment's going to be coming here against the Indians. So that'll make it 2nd down and 9 upcoming. As a couple of guys on the far side, the left side, if you're looking at the offense of that defensive line for the Indians, moved early, so let him move the ball to midfield. 2nd down and 9 for the Lions from midfield. 4:42 to play here in the opening quarter. Dale is in the gun. He's got a running back. 4 receivers split wide. 1 will go in motion. That's Elbert. Now he's going to roll out looking to throw. Dale looking, and he's got a receiver caught at the 35 and finally run out of bounds near the 30. Had a receiver on the far side. That is Huygens as he makes the reception. 4th reception of the season for Jason Huygens. A pickup of about 19 on the play, up to about the 31-yard line, where Central Lyon George Little Rock will have 1st down and 10 at the Indian 31-yard line. Dale in the gun. He's got Sedum with him. 3 receivers here to the near side. Takes the snap, looks to throw. Right side, it's getting caught by Huygens, and he's going to be run out of bounds near the 20-yard line, enough for a 1st down, as he's going to pick up about 11. So Huygens will find about 11 on the play up to the 20-yard line. 1st down and 10. Central Lyon George Little Rock. 4:23 to play here in the opening quarter. Indians found a couple of 1st downs on their first offensive drive, but then they had a punt. Now Central Lyon George Little Rock is trying to march down the field after the Indians had a punt deep inside territory. Dale in the gun. He's going to hand it off to Sedum, looking for some running room. He stiff arms one. Kearney trying to drag him down after the stiff arm, and Kearney's going to finally drag him down, but not after a gain of about 5, maybe 4 on the play.
Handoff goes to Sedam for the Lions.
As Sedam tried to stiff arm Kearney, and Kearney just held on for dear life, and finally some friends able to come and help and bring him down at about the 16-yard line. A pickup of about 4 on the play, 2nd down and 6 yards to go. 3:50 to play in the opening quarter. Dale in the gun. Saddam with him. He's going to throw near side. It's caught by Kupperschmeld. Looking for blockers at the 10, at the 5, and he's finally going to be run out of bounds. A host of Indians there. James Hagan, Peter Wilson, along with Deegan Moore, finally going to run out of bounds at about the 4-yard line. No, they're going to mark it. Yeah, inside the 5. Yep, inside the 5, short of the 4. About the nose of the football, short of the 4-yard line. 20 on the play clock. 3:38 to go here in the opening quarter. And Central Lyon George Littlerock on the doorstep. Down the gun with Saddam with him. 2 receivers right, 1 left. They're going to hand it off to Saddam, looking for running room. And he is bottled up right there. Tristan Bransoy, I believe, on the bottom of that pile for the Indians. Parker Cox joins as well. It is Tristan Bransoy, the big senior defensive lineman for the Indians. Right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd down and goal. One part of the Indians' defensive success last week was really making Okoboji work deep inside the 10-yard line, and they're trying to do that here to Central Lyon George Littlerock. 2nd down and about 4, 3:03 to play opening quarter. Dale in the gun. Saddam with him. He'll take the snap, looking to run right side, and he is looking for the end zone. Did he get in? He did. Looked like he was going to go left originally, but then cut back to the right side and breaks right through the guard and into the end zone for a touchdown for Central Lyon George Littlerock. 2:52 to play here in the opening quarter, and it's a 4-yard touchdown run, 6-0 for Central Lyon George Littlerock. And now we're going to see Raymond attempt the PAT. It'll come out of the hold of Dale. And the PAT is going to be blown dead. The Indians, I think, jumped there. Going to give Central Lyon George Littlerock half a distance to the goal. And we'll see, do they decide to go for a 2-point conversion now as they're going to get a half a yard closer. And they are just going to decline the penalty and kick the PAT. So they'll decline the penalty. 2:52 to play here in the opening quarter. Central Lyon George Littlerock into the end zone, going to attempt the PAT upcoming. We mentioned earlier the wind was registering at about 7 miles per hour, but don't see too much flashing around anymore. It might be closer to calm. Either way, 2:52 to play opening quarter. It's Central Lyon George Littlerock 7, Indians 0. This is Indian football from Koloff Media Sports.
Solventum, formerly the 3M Distribution Center of Forest City. The team at Solventum wishes our area athletes good health and good luck this season. Like any good team, working together brings out the best on the field or in the warehouse. The Solventum Distribution Center of Forest City.
Advanced Door Systems of Forest City. Advanced Door Systems is your Raynor and CHI overhead door dealer. They also service any make or model of overhead door. Call 641-585-1900 to see them online at ads-doors.com. Advanced Door Systems, the right door, the right way.
Welcome back here to Rock Rapids as the Indians of 4A City taking on Central Lyon George Littlerock here this evening. Kwan Smith and Deegan Moore back to receive. Raymond set to kick this one off here for Central Lyon. And the kickoff down the field going to be taken at about the 5-yard line by Deegan Moore again across the 10. Now he's across the 15. He'll cut back to the 20. Looking for a blocker, 25. At the 30, and he'll finally be run out of bounds at the 30-yard line. Brought down there.
Moore on the return.
And now we got a Central Lyon George Littlerock player. Deegan Moore must have not got all the way out of bounds as he got hit a second time on that sideline. No flag came out, so it must have been Deegan Moore still. We're blocked by the football players standing in front of us, so Deegan Moore must have still had a foot or two in bounds when he was hit again a second time there by Gavin Bruns. And it'll be 1st down and 10 Indians from the 31-yard line. 2:42 to go here in the opening quarter. 7-0 Lions. Indians picked up a couple of first downs on their opening possession. As the down man for Central Lyon George Littlerock now up to his bottom. That's Wyatt Minter, sophomore, 6'1", 170 pounds running down there on special teams for Central Lyon George Little Rock. And he's still sitting up, but down. We'll take 30 seconds. We'll come back to this Indian football from Koloff Media Sports.
Holland Contracting in Forest City for earth moving, large or small building projects, farm drainage, directional drilling, demolition, tire and automotive shop, and more. Call the construction experts at 641-585-2231. Holland Contracting in Forest City, dedicated to making the region a better place, one project at a time.
Welcome back here to Rock Rapids. 2:42 to go in the opening quarter. It is 7-0 Central Lyon George Little Rock, and we're going to see the Indians offense back out for a second time. Picked up a couple of first downs, found a crucial first down on third down. So some positives to take away from that opening drive for the Indians. Now trying to answer back a long drive by Central Lyon George Little Rock. From the 31-yard line, Indians under center with Dillevue. He'll try the hard count, 4 down. Defensive lineman showing blitz is Central Lyon. They're going to run to the right side. Looking for some blockers, looking for some hard running. That's James Hagan out there for the Indians. Down on the ground. The ball was stripped away, but he was down on the ground first, and he's going to pick up across the 35-yard line to about the 38-yard line. He'll get about 6 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 4 upcoming from just short of the 38-yard line for the Indians inside their own territory. Sopko on the near side. Carson Hall on the far side for the Indians. Kearney in the backfield with Hagan and Dillevue. Dillevue will take the snap. He'll hand it off. Hard running by James Hagan again. This time he is going to be stood up right at the line of scrimmage. Not sure he got anything there. They are going to give him 1 to the 39. So the Indians do get 1 yard. The ball was slightly behind the 38. Now it's slightly behind the 39-yard line, so we'll give them a yard to the 39-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and a long 2 upcoming for the Indians. They got to get across the 41-yard line for a first down. Another 3rd down opportunity here for Forest City. 1:36 to go in the opening quarter. Dillevue in the gun. Showing blitz for Central Lyon George Little Rock. They'll bring 7 across the middle. And in and out of the hands of Corey Thorson at the 45. Central Lyon brought 7. And Thorson drops 1 at the 45. A little bit of a tough handle for him. And it'll be 4th down, and Forest City will have to punt again here from the 39-yard line, much further. Punted from around midfield on their last punt. This time a 3-and-out for the Indians offense, and they'll have to put one back in the air. Here with 1:26 left in the opening quarter. And Dillevue will take this snap, and he will boot this one away. Averages about 33 yards per punt. This one's going to be taken at about the 29-yard line. And Central Lyon George Little Rock's got it. Looking for blockers. Running room to the 40, 45, now midfield. Now inside Forest City territory at the 45, 35, 30, 25, 20. And finally going to be wrestled out of bounds at about the 15-yard line. So a huge run by Raymond all the way back to about the 20-yard line where he's finally wrestled out of bounds. Picked it up at about the 29 inside his own territory and rushes it back to the Indian 20-yard line. So it's 1st down and 10 inside the red zone once again for Central Lyon George Little Rock with 1:08 to play here in the opening quarter. And the Indians defense going to need a big stand here. Central Lyon does kick field goals, a couple of them this year, 1 from 42 yards. So well within that range here at the 20-yard line. Looking to throw near side. It's caught by Kupperschmidt. He's running inside the 10. Finally going to be drug out of bounds. He was initially hit by Ryan Bailey at about the 15, but he's able to break through that, get inside the 10, and finally run out of bounds. They're going to say at the 7-yard line. A pickup of about 13 on the play for Central Lyon George Little Rock, and 1st down and 10. 1st down and goal now from the 7-yard line. Under 50 to play here in the opening quarter. Dale in the gun. He's got a running back with him. That's Saddam. 1 receiver, 2 receivers right, 1 receiver left, wing to the right side as well. And he's going to keep it himself. Dale looking for the end zone. Reaching for it, not sure he's going to get there. He's going to be short of it. As he gets inside the 5 to about the 2. It'll be 2nd down and goal now. From the 2, give him 5 on the pickup with 18 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Will Central Lyon get one more playoff here with 13 seconds. Are they going to take it to the end of the quarter? The play does come in from the sideline. Again, 3 guys in 3 different colors there signaling from the sideline. Not sure they're going to get it off with 3, and they are not going to get it off. That's the end of the opening quarter. It's Central Lyon George Little Rock 7. It's the Indians of Forest City 0. We'll come back for quarter number 2 next. This is Indian football from Koloff Media Sports.
Wilson Dental is expanding again. Wilson Dental now offering a clinic in Buffalo Center. Check out Wilson Dental now in Buffalo Center to go along with their long-standing tradition in 4A City and also offering services in Garner. Wilson Dental in 4A City, Garner, and now Buffalo Center.
Real man of genius.
I don't know about genius, but we've been called worse. Call Matt, Chuck, or Jake at County Line Seeds, offering DeKalb Asgrow, Whiffles, NK, and Lathan products. We strive by turning seeds into opportunity. Give us a call today, 641-581-3300. Now that I think about it, that was kind of catchy.
Welcome back here to Rock Rapids. Aaron Eggestal with you this evening as the Indians of 4A City trailing 7-0, but Central Lyon George Little Rock, the defending Class 2A runners-up, are on the doorstep. Trying to make a run, another run through the postseason. Opening quarter stats, the Indians had 40 yards of total offense. Central Lyon George Little Rock, 103 of total offense in the opening quarter. Central Lyon George Little Rock's touchdown drive went 74 yards on 11 plays and took 5:07 off the clock. There in the first quarter. 7-0 is the lead here. This drive would be from just 20 yards out after the punt return to the 20-yard line. Set Central Lyon George Little Rock up. First down inside the red zone. Now they have second down inside goal from the 2-yard line, and Saddam will walk in from 2 yards out untouched. And 4 seconds into the opening quarter, and Central Lyon George Little Rock has added on a second touchdown as they will lead 13-0, and we will see another PAT attempt upcoming here for the Lions. $11:56 to play, second quarter. Just underway. Hold on to Dale, and the kick is up, and it is well good. 11:56 to play. It is 14-0. Central Lyon George Little Rock will come back for kickoff in a minute. This is Indian football from Koloff Media Sports.
Hey, this is Tom McGregor, the new manager of Forest City Auto Center in Chrysler of Forest City. Stop by the Forest City Auto Center on the north side for Chevy and GM products, and Chrysler on the south side for Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram products. Our stores proudly support the Indians.
Malin Egg Service of Forest City is a proud supporter of Forest City High School athletics. Nate Malin is with you from the word go. From planting to harvest, you can count on Nate. Contact him today in Forest City at 641-860-1712. Nate will help you put the right seed on your acres. 641-860-1712.
Welcome back here to Rock Rapids. Central Lyon George Little Rock with the football as they are getting set to kick off. Now we flip sides of the field, of course, with the change of quarter. Central Lyon George Little Rock now kicking from the north, where they defend that goal. For a City receiving from the south as we flip-flop. That's right to left to right on your radio dial. As this one is going to be off the hands of James Hagen. Squibb there. Hagen will pick it up at the 20-yard line, and he'll look to get some yards across the 25, and finally going to be brought down near the 26-yard line. So that one comes out via the squib there. As it bounces through the second and the third lines of the Indians, James Hagen got a paw on it and tipped it backwards, and then he was fortunate to turn around and the ball bounced right into his arms, and he was able to run forward to about the 26-yard line where the Indians will have first down and 10 from their own 26 with 11:50 to play here in the second quarter. First half of football, Class 1, or Week 1 of the Iowa High School football playoffs. Indians will hand this one off. Again, I don't think the Indians got anything there. Maybe a lost one. as James Hagan on the carry for the Indians. Back into the backfield for 4A City. Could see up to 4 running backs here tonight for the Indians, as we have throughout the season. Starting with Peter Wilson, James Hagan has been in the last 2 series. Kwan Smith has also got some time there in the backfield this season for 4A City as well. Here is the handoff, and the Indians try to go a trap play on the inside. Haven't seen much of that this year. And they're going to lose a yard on the play. Maybe something new we see there out of the Indians at the 25-yard line. They do lose 1 yard now, so I think lost a half a yard the last 2 plays, which has now equated into a loss of a full yard back to the 25-yard line. 10:55 to play, second quarter, and the Indians have 3rd down and 11 from the 25-yard line. Delavu in the gun, and now we've got a whistle and a timeout for a City. 10:52 to play here in quarter number 2. It's 14-0 Lions from Rock Rapids. This is Indian football from Koloff Media Sports. Welcome back here to Rock Rapids. 10:42 to play in the second quarter. It's the Indians trailing the Central Lyon George Little Rock Lions 14-0. We mentioned and talked to Coach Curtis Eben in the pregame show. 8th season with Central Lyon George Little Rock. 62-23 is his career record there. And we talked about all the success in the postseason since the last time they lost in the first round in 2019. That was to Algona. Lost to Algona in the first round of the 2019 postseason. Since that, they have 2 runner-ups, a quarterfinals appearance, and a state title under their belts. Since that first round exit in 2019, Indians playing their first postseason game since 2013. Here's a pass to the near side. Oh, it's in and out of the hands. Great defense there by Central Lyon George Little Rock, as Weston Freaking knocks that one away. Here on the near side in coverage on Sopko. 10:35 to play in the second quarter, 14-0. Sopko had his man here on the near side. It looked like, Delavu had his man here on the near side. It's going to bring up 4th down. It looked like Sopko had it brought in, but Fred King did a great job of knocking that one away, and Delavu now is back to punt for a 3rd time tonight. He'll boot this one away, and it is going to get a good 4A City bounce down the sideline. It stays in bounds and finally goes out near the 31-yard line. That ball bounced ahead of the 40 and then bounced down the sidelines and finally goes out at the 30-yard line. So a great bounce there for Delavu and the Indians, as that's going to back up Central Lyon George Little Rock to their own 30-yard line, as the Lions let that ball go and then expected it to bounce out of bounds. Instead, it bounced up the sidelines. 1st down and 10 for sophomore quarterback Jaden Dale and company. 65.9%, 7 touchdowns and 3 interceptions this year when he goes to the air, but also likes to go to the ground. He's got 432 rushing yards this year. He'll go to the air here on the near side. It's overthrown and out of the way and out of the reach of 24, Egan Peterson, the sophomore, 5'8", 170. As he was out just ahead of the flats here on the near side. It was about a little 8-yard attempt at a pitching catch, but it goes incomplete over the head. Good coverage there by the Indians. If that ball was closer, could have been there to try to knock it down. 2nd down and 10 for the Lions. Indians looking for their first stop. 10:21 had them to a fourth down on the opening drive, but Central Lyon George Little Rock able to get the 1 yard they needed. They're going to hand it off to Sedem, looking for some running room. Nick Donchie is there, and he'll slam him down at the 30-yard line. Donchie there for the Indians. James Hagan will come in and help, but it was Nick Donchie that originally made the initial contact for the Indians and able to put him down at the 30-yard line, maybe an inch or 2 of a loss. It'll be 3rd down and long upcoming here for Central Lyon George Little Rock. And barring a maybe 9-yard pickup or so, Indians could try to get the football back here, get their first stop with 9:46 to go in the second quarter. 1 man in motion across the formation. From left to right, that's Alberta. Looking to throw is Dale. Dale rolls out to the near sideline, looking to throw. He'll finally get rid of it, and Kearney will bat it away. Ball was intended on the near side to Higas, And Kearney jumps up and beats that ball to the ground with 9:34 to play here in the second quarter. And the Indians will force a 3-and-out of the Central Lyon George Little Rock offense. And will try to get the football back with some of their best starting field position tonight. Carson Hall back to receive for the Indians. Back in punt formation is Kupperschmid. And he'll be set to punt this one away. Punting this year averages about 34, almost 35 yards per punt, a high punt. And it's going to be taken by Hall, and he is going to be hit immediately. He gets away from it, 35-40, and he's going to be brought down to the 40-yard line. Ball came out, official pointed at the ground, saying he was down first. So Hall looked like he was going to be initially brought down right at where he caught the football at the 30-yard line. He breaks through that tackle, gets across the 35 and all the way to the 40. So the Indians are going to have their best starting field position, needing 60 yards for pay dirt with 9:22 to go in the second quarter. Looking to try to make this a one-score game. Indians offense 3-and-out their last time out. Delavu in the gun. He's got a receiver to the near side, a receiver to the far side. Wing and a tight end to the right side for the Indians. Delavu takes the snap. He's going to hand it off James Hagan. Hagan plows ahead across the 40 to about the 42, 43-yard line. He'll find 2 officially to the 42. Second down and 8 upcoming with 9:05 to go in the first half of football here from Rock Rapids. It's been a beautiful fall this year. Continues to be a beautiful night. 50 degrees at kickoff here in northwest Iowa. Delavu in the gun, second down and 8. He's got Hagan with him. He'll take the snap, he'll look to throw. He's caught by Corey Thorson, 45. Makes one man miss near midfield, and it'll be brawl. The flag comes out. Ryan Bailey threw probably an unnecessary block there as Corey Thorson was running around the defender already, and Corey Thorson blocked him from behind, and that's where the Indians are going to see the flag come out, and this one's going to be coming back. 8:36 to go in the second quarter. And the Indians are going to lose the first down yardage across midfield by Corey Thorson. Good pitch and catch there by Delavu to Thorson as he had his man he was looking for. And the ball is going to go all the way back into 4A City territory at the 37-yard line. 8:36 here in the opening half. Second down and 14 upcoming here for the Indians from the 37. Delavu in the gun. He'll take the snap. He'll look to throw. Delavu rolls out. Now he throws down the field. Looking for Carson Hall. Hall separates at the 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Indians. Carson Hall comes back to the football and streaks down to the numbers into the end zone for the Indians. Go Big Red. Forest City's on the board for the first time tonight with 8:25 to play in the second quarter. Finally, Delavu finds his man down the field as he hooks up with one of his favorite receivers this year, Carson Hall, into the end zone for a 5th time. Nearly 400 yards receiving this year for the Indians, and they're on the board with 8:25 to play here in the second quarter. Defense finds a stop, and the Indians find the answer they need. Sopko in. Harms will hold. Hagan will snap. Good snap, good hold. The kick, though, is low, but it gets through the uprights. 8:25 to play here in the second quarter. It's the Lions 14, it's the Indians 7. 4A City marches their way right back into this football game. Kickoff is a minute away. This is Koloff Media Sports of Indian Football. Welcome back here to Rock Rapids. 8:25 to go here in the second quarter. The Indians on the board for the first time tonight as they find Pater down the near numbers to Carson Hall from Ty Dillevue. Kickoff going to be taken 25, 20, 30. 35 still on his feet near midfield. Forest City looking for a tackle, and that's Raymond. That brings the football back out to about the 42-yard line. So Central Lyon George Little Rock will have decent starting field position from about where 4A City started their last drive that resulted in a 4A City touchdown. And we'll see the Central Lyon George Little Rock offense back on the field. Indians got a 3-and-out their last time out defensively. In the gun, Dale will play action. Now he'll run himself. And he's at the 45 where he'll be stacked up by the Indians defense. Luke Kearney there for the Indians along with Deegan Moore. Making the initial stop for 4A City at about the 45-yard line. A gain of about 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 7 upcoming here for Central Lyon George Little Rock.
There's something for everyone, whether on campus.
And Central Lyon George Little Rock will have it from the 45-yard line. One man in motion across to the formation. That's Albert again. Pump fake. Now it's going to be a screen play. It's caught by Kupperschmidt, and he breaks the tackle at midfield. 45, still on his feet, 40. And he'll finally be brought down inside the 40-yard line of 4A City territory near the 35. Screen play there for Central Lyon George Little Rock with 7:22 to go here until halftime. And Central Lyon George Little Rock back on the move again at about the 36-yard line. Indians did have a couple of guys there, just unable to bring him down. An extra about 10 yards on the pickup for Kupperschmidt. And he's brought down to the 36 officially. Under 7 to play now here in the opening half of football. And this time they're going to give it on the jet sweep to Albert. He's got in motion a couple of times. He's got it to 30, 25, 20. Still on his feet, 15, 10, 5. He'll walk into the end zone. 36-yard touchdown on a jet sweep from left to right across the formation. They've sent him in motion about 4 times already in this game. Have not given him the football yet. Every time it's been either a play action or a handoff to the running back. Instead, this time they give it on the jet sweep. Finds a blocker right through a hole and goes nearly untouched, 36 yards for a Central Lyon George Little Rock touchdown. And with 6:52 to play here in quarter number 2, it is the Lions back on the board. In to kick the PAT, Logan Koob. Trying to go 3 for 3 on PATs here tonight. The PAT is up and it is well good. 21-7 Lions, 6:52 to play in the second quarter. 4A City looking for another answer. When we come back, this is Indian football from Koloff Media Sports. Welcome back to Rock Rapids. A kickoff from north to south here for Central Lyon George Little Rock. As it is Raymond in to kick it off. Koob has been doing the PATs tonight. Raymond has been doing the kickoff duties this year for Central Lyon George Little Rock. Both of them have kicked field goals. Mentioned earlier, they have done quite well there. 5 for 5 this year. 42 and 30 are the longs for the 2 kickers. Ball taken at about the 3-yard line by the Indians. It's Kwan Smith this time for 4A City, and he's going to be brought down short of the 20-yard line as a great tackle is made there for Central Lyon George Little Rock. As Hashi makes the stop for Central Lyon George Little and the Indians are going to be short of the 20-yard line at the 18. So 6:46 to go here in quarter number 2. The Indians are going to try to answer back once again. They answered the last time Central Lyon scored. This time Central Lyon had to go a lot further. A little over 60 yards in the last scoring drive. The one before that was just 20 yards. Dillevue will hand this one off to James Hagan, looking for some running room. He'll plow forward. Gupper-Schmidt is there, will make the tackle for Central Lyon George Little Rock. After a short gain across the 20, actually give him about 5 on the play. Five-yard pickup to the 23-yard line where it's 2nd down and 5 upcoming for the Indians. Dillevue under center. This time for Forest City. And he'll hand it off to the right side. Hagen's got first down yardage across the 30-yard line, as he'll finally be brought down across the 30, but short of the 35. As James Hagan hard running here for the Indians, so they'll give him up to the 33-yard line. James Hagan came into tonight's game, 74 carries, 272 yards, averaging about 4 yards per carry. He's been the workhorse on the last 3 drives for the Indians. Peter Wilson got the first drive. 21-7, went out of bounds, clock stopped, 6:09 to play until halftime. Once again, they're going to go back to Hagan. This time to the left side. And he's got more running room across the 35, short of the 40. So 3 straight carries to James Hagan. He'll pick up about 4 yards here. 2nd down and 6 upcoming. Indians started this drive at the 18-yard line. Now they're at the 38, 20 yards. Under center is Dillevue. He'll hand it back off to Hagan. Going to go again. Hagan across the 40. Going to be short of the 45. They got to get to the 44 for a first down. Actually, not quite to the 44, just short of the 44-yard line for a first down. He's going to be cut down at the 42. The Indians are going to be 2 yards short, so it'll be 3rd down and 2 upcoming. Maybe the Indians will go fullback dive here. We'll see what they decide to do. Or they go right back to James Hagan, who has had every drive so far. Under 5 now to play in the second quarter. 21-7 Central Lyon George Little Rock. Under center is Dillevue. Showing blitz is Central Lyon with 4 down defensive linemen. They do go fullback to Kearney looking for the first down yardage. I think he's got enough. We'll see. He had to get short of the 44, and he does. He gets to the 45. So Kearney needed about 2 yards. He gets about 2.5 to the 45, and the Indians will have first down and 10. They'll keep the drive alive with 4:45 here to go in the second quarter. Ideally, the Indians will use as much of this 4:40 as they can here in the second quarter and try to punch one in, trailing just by 7. Remember, Central Lyon George Little Rock does get the football to start the second half. Indians don't want that offense to have it one more time before halftime. Under center is Dillevue. Heavy to the near side of the formation. Play action, he's looking to throw. He's looking for his receiver down the field. It's Carson Hall. He's got it. At 35-30 inside the 30 near the 25-yard line. Carson Hall with a big reception again for the Indians. Down inside the 25-yard line, around the 25 to the 26 it appears. First down at 10 for a city to the 26. He had Ryan Bailey over there as well. Threw it up for Carson Hall, though. And goes right back to his trusty hand, and Hall makes the reception at the 26-yard line. First down and 10 Indians nearing the red zone. Under center is Dillevue. And he'll hand it off to James Hagan. Hagan's looking for some running room. He breaks a tackle, 25-20, inside the 20, the 15, 10. Near the 5-yard line, he'll finally be brought down. James Hagan gets inside the 10 to near the 5-yard line. And he'll finally be brought down at about the 6. A 20-yard pickup for James Hagan when one man had him just around the line of scrimmage. Hagan breaks right through that and charges to the 6-yard line. First down and goal for the Indians. Haven't taken a lot of time off the clock, but they've marched down the field. 3:50 to play here in the second quarter. And they'll take some time here as they wait in the huddle 10 on the play clock. They'll break the huddle at 10. They'll have 7 to snap the football. Delavue's under center with 3. He'll take the snap and hand it off to James Hagan right side. Inside the 5, near the goal line, but short of it at about the 3-yard line. So give him about 2. Pardon me, give him 3 from the 6 to the 3. It'll be second down and goal. 3:13 here. The Indians have 3 plays to try to punch this one down. Again, trying to take some clock away here from Central Lyon George Little Rock. Not going to be able to take all 3 minutes of it if they want to score, but they can take a lot of it to give the Lions not much time before halftime. Under center is Dillavue. He'll hand it off to Hagan again. Hagan charges forward, and he is into the end zone for the touchdown. James Hagan from 2 yards out. Go Big Red. And the Indians are back on the board as they march the field here with 2:49 to play in the second quarter. The Indians are back on the board. Sopko in to attempt the PAT out of the hold of Harms, and the long snap of James Hagan, who is probably a little tired after being the workhorse down the field for the Indians this time. But now he'll have to get in there to snap the football to Hunter Harms. Little low snap. The kick does get away, and it is up, and it is through. Through the uprights. 2:49 to play in the second quarter. Indians back on the board. It is Central Lyon George Little Rock 21. It is the Indians of 4A City 14. We'll come back for kickoff in a minute. This is Indian football from Koloff Media Sports.
Holland Contracting in Forest City for earth moving, large or small building projects, farm drainage, directional drilling, demolition, tire and automotive shop, and more. Call the construction experts at 641-585-2231. Holland Contracting in Forest City, dedicated to making the region a better place, one project at a time.
Wilson Dental is expanding again. Wilson Dental now offering a clinic in Buffalo Center. Check out Wilson Dental now in Buffalo Center to go along with their long-standing tradition in 4A City and also offering services in Garner. Wilson Dental in 4A City, Garner, and now Buffalo Center.
.249 to play here in the second quarter. 21-14. Central Lyon George Little Rock leads the Indians of 4A City. The kick is going to be taken at about the 20-yard line here for Central Lyon George Little Rock, running up the sideline, tiptoeing the sideline to the 35, trying to get some running room. Indians kick coverage not quite getting enough the last few weeks, and Central Lyon George Little Rock is going to get another good return out of this one. And they're going to have 2:43 on the clock. They're trying to punch another touchdown in before halftime against Central Lyon George Little Rock. Gets the football to start the second half, so this would be a massive stop here for the Indians if they're able to find it. From the 37-yard line, first down and 10, Central Lyon George Little Rock. The Lions will break the huddle. Yellow helmets, purple jerseys, purple pants. It's all white tonight for the Indians. Dale in the gun. He'll take the snap. He looks to throw. Quick pass. It's batted up in the air, but it falls down to the ground harmlessly. Indians got a hand on it from the right side. They batted it up in the air. Not enough hang time for that football, though, for one of the 4A City defenders to get there. If they would have, there was nothing but lion green grass in front of him down the sidelines, but instead it falls incomplete. Second down and 10. Clock stops, 2:38 to play here in the second quarter. 21-14. Dalen Saddam in the backfield. He's got 2 receivers either side of the formation. He'll clap and send one man in motion from left to right. That's Elbert again. He'll roll out, look to throw. Looking for the near side. It is caught. And at the 45 near midfield and finally drug out of bounds by Peter Wilson. Is the reception by Peterson as they get inside 4A City territory to about the 47-yard line. So a big pickup there. Clock will spin. Should be. Or did he get out of bounds? Okay, get 2:31 to play here in the second quarter. Rolling to the right side is Dale looking for the sidelines. He'll finally throw it away. Indians were chasing him near the 50-yard line. It would have been a loss of about 3 on the play if the Indians would have pushed him out of bounds. Instead, A heads-up play by a sophomore quarterback there. Before he steps out of bounds, he throws the football away. Because instead of a loss of 3 back to midfield, it goes back to the original line of scrimmage of the 47-yard line. Will be second down and 10 with 2:25 to play here in the second quarter. One receiver to the near side, one receiver to the far side. He'll be joined by 2 more. 4 split out. Dale in the gun. And they're going to hand it off to, no, that's a keeper by Dale. He's still running. Indians fell for the fake as well. Dale still on his feet, and he'll finally be brought down near the 35-yard line. It'll be a first down for Central Lyon George Little Rock. Looked like Saddam had the football going left. Bransoy was out there. Looked like he might have brought him down for a loss. Instead, Dale keeps it himself. A good fake. And gets inside the 40 to the 36-yard line. First down and 10 here for Central Lyon George Little Rock. 2:09 to play. Nearing field goal territory here for the Lions if the Indians are able to find a stop. Probably not quite there yet. We're right on the doorstep of it. Dale in the gun. They're going to hand it off. No, he keeps it himself again. This time he flips it off to Cuppersmell, and he is taken down there by Kearney. Great tackle by Luke Kearney as he comes up and makes the stop at the 35-yard line. Will be a gain of 2 on the play. But we'll keep the clock turning here with 1:40 to play until halftime. Well, they gave him the 39-yard line. Pardon me, the 34-yard line. Where it'll be second down at about 8 upcoming. Dale in the gun. He's got a running back with him. 3 receivers left, 1 receiver to the right side. Now 1:20 to play until halftime. Dale rolls out looking to throw. Looking downfield. He's got a receiver, and is it caught? It is caught around the 20-yard line. It'll be a first down, which will stop the clock momentarily with 1:10 to play here in the second quarter to move those chains. And now it'll spin. We're going to have under a minute to play until halftime from the 21-yard line in Central Lyon George Little Rock. Going to have a couple of opportunities to try to find the end zone. Do still have all 3 of their timeouts remaining, and they will use one here. 56 seconds to go till halftime. It's Central Lyon George Little Rock 21, Foray City 14. We'll come back in a minute. This is Indian Football from Koloff Media Sports.
Real man of genius.
I don't know about genius, but we've been called worse. Call Matt, Chuck, or Jake at County Line Seeds, offering DeKalb Asgrow, Whiffles, NK, and Latham products. We strive by turning seeds into opportunity. Give us a call today, 641-581-3300. Now that I think about it, that was kind of catchy.
Hey, this is Tom McGregor, the new manager of Forest City Auto Center and Chrysler of Forest City. Stop by the Forest City Auto Center on the north side for Chevy and GM products, and Chrysler on the south side for Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram products. Our stores proudly support the Indians.
Welcome back here to Rock Rapids. 56 seconds to go until halftime. It's Central Lyon George Little Rock 21. It's Foray City 14. Central Lyon George Little Rock on the doorstep again, trying to punch another touchdown in. Indians looking for a stop here from the 21-yard line inside Foray City territory. In the gun is Dale. He'll take the snap. He's going to keep it himself again, and this time he's drugged down by Tristan Bransoy. Bransoy fell for the fake last time, went after Saddam. Instead, this time he sniffs it out and takes down Dale for a 1-yard loss. It'll be second down and 11 from the 22. 40 seconds on the clock here in the second quarter. Clock continues to turn. Central Lyon does have 2 timeouts and are well within field goal range here. Dale trying to send a guy in motion, or trying to move him inside the numbers, I should say. Now he'll take the snap. Dale looking to throw towards the end zone. It is out of the reach with 20 seconds to play. Third down and 11. Foray City looking for a big stop here. With 20 seconds remaining, it'll be third down and 11. Again, Central Lyon 5 for 5 so far this year, kicking field goals. 2 different guys. Along of 42 for Raymond. Along of 32 for Koob, who's been kicking the PATs tonight. 3 for 3 so far from that. 20 seconds to go till halftime, 21-14. Dale in the gun. Central Lyon has 2 timeouts remaining. Dale will take the snap. He'll roll out looking to throw. And now he's going to throw, and the ball is going to be incomplete. Great coverage there by Carson Hall as he breaks it up. It'll be fourth down and 11. And decision time here for Central Lyon George Little Rock. And it appears they're going to bring the field goal unit out. It's going to be Koob who is going to be doing the kicking as he runs onto the field. We'll see where this football spotted at the 22. It'll be a 38-yard field goal with 14 seconds remaining to try to give Central Lyon a 2-score lead in 4A City. Will burn a timeout. They have 2 to burn. They're going to use one here with 14 seconds remaining. It's 21-14 in favor of Central Lyon. We'll come back. This is Indian Football from Koloff Media Sports.
Mayland Egg Service of Forest City is a proud supporter of Forest City High School athletics. Nate Mayland is with you from the word go. From planting to harvest, you can count on Nate. Contact him today in Forest City at 641-860-1712. Nate will help you put the right seed on your acres. 641-860-1712.
Welcome back here on KILW and live at KW.com. As it'll be field goal time here for Central Lyon George Little Rock. Ball spotted at the 22-yard line, so roughly a 39-yard field goal here for Central Lyon George Little Rock with 14 seconds remaining. And they're going to be at the 28, so it'll be a 38-yard field goal. Is where the holder is at. That's Dale. Koob will do it. Along of 32 so far this year. This would be his season long, and it is up, and it is good. From 38 yards, he knocks through the field goal. Generally in high school football, 4A City would have got a stop there. Instead, Koob goes for his season high, a 38-yard field goal. He's now 4 for 4. That thing probably would have been good from 48. And it's through the uprights with 9 seconds left here in the second quarter. It'll be a 10-point lead for Central Lyon George Little Rock as they got just inside field goal range. Raymond has a 42 this year, so if it would have been much farther, maybe we see Raymond out there instead, but it is Koob who kicks the field goal and gets his season high of 38 yards. Again, that ball was well good. Probably would have been good from at least 48 as well. And he knocks it through. The Indians will have 9 seconds here on the clock to try to make something happen. And again, Central Lyon George Little Rock gets the football to start the second half. So the Indians know coming out of halftime they're going to need a stop. 24-14, 9 seconds to go as Raymond is set to kick this one off. Left to right across your radio dial. If you're watching with us on the video stream tonight, north to south is where Raymond will boot this one away as the Indians are back to receive this one. Deegan Moore has returned 2 of them so far tonight for the Indians. And it is pooch kicked. Going to be taken at about the 28-yard line by Ryan Bailey. Bailey still on his feet to the 35-40, and he'll finally be brought down at the 40-yard line. The clock stops. The Indians will have 2 seconds, and we'll see if 4A City, I would assume likely, they got to the 40, but still plenty far away, 60 yards. I would assume the Indians just sit on this one and take it to halftime, 24-14, with 2 seconds remaining until our halftime break. Maybe 4A City tries to get fancy here. Well, maybe they do. They're going to send 4 wide. Thought maybe they would just hand it off to James Hagan, take it to halftime. We'll see what they decide to do here. Ty Dillevue in the gun. He is going to let this one loose. Dillevue rolling around. Dillevue still on his feet. Now he'll throw. He'll heave it down the field. Carson Hall trying to catch up to it. That ball lands about the 13-yard line. Dillevue threw that from about his 35-yard line all the way down to about the 13. He got a good huck on that ball, but he overthrew Carson Hall, who was at about the 20-yard line when that ball lands at about the 12. So it'll fall incomplete, and that's how we will go to halftime. Waldorf University will sponsor tonight's halftime show, 24-14. As we go to the halftime here in week 1 of the Iowa High School football playoffs, the Indians looking for a couple of stops, but playing right along with the defending Class 2A runner-up, Central Lyon George Little Rock, after a long trip of about just under 2 hours and 40 minutes. Indians got off and playing a 10-point game so far in this one, 24-14. We'll come back in a couple of minutes for our Waldorf University halftime show. Our halftime show today brought to you by Waldorf University, and we'll have that for you in about 3 minutes here on KIOW and liveacademy.com.
Discover Waldorf University in Forest City, where your passion meets opportunity. With scholarships available up to full tuition, a wide range of athletics, fine arts, and over 35 clubs and organizations, there's something for everyone. Whether on campus or online, experience the support of a community that feels like home. Learn more today at waldorf.edu.
Lucas Woogie is your locally owned Cornelius Seed dealer here in Forest City. Cornelius Seed, an Iowa-based company, has a full line of corn and soybeans. Call Lucas today at 641-860-0595. Plant it, profit. Cornelius Seed from Lucas Woogie.
The Super Bowl in Forest City is open for league and open bowling, with Cosmic Bowling Friday and Saturday nights. Enjoy food from the grill or delicious Bucchese pizza to complete your experience. The Super Bowl, Highway 9 East of Forest City.
KCS Customs of Forest City. KCS is your Western snowplow dealer and can also customize vehicles with LED lights, leveling kits, Jeep accessories, and more. Find out how we can help your ride on Facebook at KCS Customs. KCS Customs of Forest City, your Western snowplow dealer and vehicle customizer.
NIAC is proud to help support North Iowa athletes. Working hard and being part of a team is a great way to learn lessons for life, and learning is what NIAC is all about, beginning with high school juniors and seniors who can start building college credits now for free. Learn more at NIAC.edu.
NSB Bank wishes all athletes good luck in postseason. For the latest financial products and services with a community touch by local decision makers, stop into your NSB branch location in Titanca, Forest City, Thompson, Mason City, or Northwood. NSB Bank, we're here for you. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Shooters in Forest City is under new ownership. Hello, I'm Leah. I'm one of the new owners. Have you seen our weekly specials on our Facebook page? Posted every Friday. If not, give us a follow. We're committed to the same great service you have come to know and expect. So come on in and give us a try today.
A&W Restaurant in Forest City. A&W has delicious burgers, cheese curds, onion rings, chicken tenders, and more available daily from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Finish your meal with a tasty root beer float, shake, polar swirl, or soft serve ice cream. A&W, where the food is as good as the root beer. Highway 69 North in Forest City.
Custom Paint and Collision of Forest City. Corey and his staff have nearly 50 years of body shop experience and can fix just about anything on the road. They give free estimates and also carry car batteries and windshield wipers. Located on Highway 69 just south of Forest City, it's Custom Paint and Collision, your body shop.
Gold Eagle Co-op. We are your team. Now offering LP for farm and home. Contact your local Gold Eagle location for more information or for career opportunities, including grain operations, agronomy, feed mill, and transportation. Visit goldeaglecoop.com.
Welcome back here on KIOW, liveacademy.com. Waldorf University sponsors our halftime show. Waldorf University football team is back in action this weekend as they will be on the road, but we'll have the coverage for you right here on Koloff Media, our Koloff Media family of stations. Of course, you can always go to our website at KIOW.com to find out where your favorite team is playing. Waldorf University at Briarcliff, 1 p.m. That game will be right here on KIOW tomorrow with A.J. Taylor. We'll also have Missouri State as Iowa State on their is off this week. So Waldorf University on KIOW at 1 p.m. Missouri State is at UNI at 3 p.m. on KHAM B103. Airtime is set for 3 p.m. Kickoff is set for 4:05 p.m. on B103 between Missouri State and UNI. Then Monday, we're back into volleyball action. Class 1A regional semifinals. West Bend Mallard at North Iowa. Myself and Jared Allen will have the call of that contest on Monday at 7 p.m. Is North Iowa looking to punch themselves into a regional championship in the semifinals against West Bend Mallard. Also, it'll be regional volleyball semifinals. Lake Mills is at Appleton Parkersburg at 7 p.m. on the Lake Mills video stream. So that is your KIW schedule upcoming. We do have some scores coming in from Class 2A so far tonight. Elsewhere, just up the road from us, about 15 miles up the road, West Lyon is leading Garner Hayfield Ventura 35-0 at halftime. Roland Story in a good one with Crestwood. That's another 2 versus 3 matchup. It is Roland Story 15, Crestwood 13. Osage is all over Jessup 25. Pardon me, that is a 2-3 matchup there. Osage, the 2 seed in that district, taking on Jessup, a 3 seed, 25-13 at halftime. And also not too far from us, down the road a little bit on Highway 9, it is Spirit Lake 17, Cherokee 7. So that's another matchup of District 1 versus District 2. Spirit Lake leading Cherokee 17-7. Cherokee ended up with the 4 seed in this Class 2A District 1 via the 3-way tiebreaker. Cherokee ended up with the 4 seed there. Spirit Lake, obviously the 1 seed out of Class 2A District number 1, with of course Central Lyon George Little Rock getting the 2 seed out of that district, and that's where we're at here at the halftime. It's Forest City trailing Central Lyon George Little Rock 24-14. See if we can find some other scores for you. Gladbrook Rhinebeck is leading Key at halftime, 21-8. That's an 8-player matchup. Wilton is leading Appleton Parkersburg 12-7 at halftime. It is Dyke New Hartford leading Ogden 42-0. That game is in the second half. About 4 minutes or so to go left in that second half. West Sioux and Trainer are tied at 7-7 in Class 1A at halftime as well. It is Sergeant Bluff Luton, still regular season Class 3A. They are Sergeant Bluff Luton leading Sioux Center by a score of 14-13. Last time 4A City was in the postseason, they had to travel themselves to Sioux Center in Class 2A last time out, but now Sioux Center playing in Class 3A, and they still have 1 week left of district play before they get into the postseason. Of course, we cover the Clear Lake Lions on our NorthIowaNow.com website. You can check out NorthIowaNow.com to find all of our Koloff media streams there. Otherwise, KIW.com is where you will find the Indians and the Eagles and the Garner Hayfield Ventura Cardinals as well. In the second quarter, West Hancock leading Hartley and Melvin Sanborn 42-15. So that's a matchup going on there. Clear Lake all over Charles City 41-0. Of course, if Clear Lake can win that game, that should put the Lions into the postseason. Clear Lake leading Charles City 41-0 in the second quarter in that contest. In Class 2A, elsewhere in Class 2A, it is, let's go to Class 3A regular season. It is West Delaware leading that football game, as West Delaware this evening is leading by a score of 7-0 on the call of that one. See if we can find some other Class 2A scores for you. It is Walk-On leading Anamosa 32-12. That game is at halftime at Anamosa. Walk-On all over Anamosa tonight, 32-12, in a game that Anamosa is hosting. So there's some scores from around the state. We'll come back. We'll have halftime stats here at halftime between Central Lyon George Little Rock and the Indians of 4A City. We'll come back in 2 minutes here on Koloff Media Sports of 4A City Indian Football.
FCIS Insurance is proud to support our local athletes throughout the year. Let FCIS be your partner, not just your agent, helping you with all your insurance needs. With multiple carriers, we can get you the best coverage for the best price. Call us today at 800-331-1520. Good luck, Indians, from FCIS Insurance.
Forest City Family Dentistry downtown on J Street. Dr. Layla can now place crowns in one visit. No clumsy temporary or return appointment needed. Also ask us about replacing missing teeth with affordable dental implants. Visit the place that puts a smile on your face. Forest City Family Dentistry. Call 585-4636.
Forest City Ford at the corner of 9 and 69 in Forest City wishes good luck to our local athletes. We look forward to seeing you compete When you need a vehicle, see us at Forest City Ford, where customers really do send their friends.
Matt Jennings and Troy Hall of Jennings & Hall Financial Group, located at MBT Bank, want to thank our Forest City teams for their hard work and dedication and wish them good luck this season. Best wishes from Matt and Troy at Jennings & Hall Financial Group, located at MBT Bank in Forest City.
MBT Bank, based in Forest City, with 9 locations across northern Iowa and southern Minnesota to serve you. MBT supports the Forest City Indians, and we look forward to seeing our student athletes compete all year long. Good luck, Indians, from MBT Bank in Forest City.
Miller Pharmacy has complete prescription services, free delivery in town, by mail, along with curbside pickup located at the Mercy One Clinic in Forest City. Miller Pharmacy is also open Saturday mornings and gladly accepts Visa, MasterCard, and Discover. Call ahead and your script refill will be ready for you. No need to wait. Miller Pharmacy of Forest City.
Welcome back here on KIW and live at KIW.com. As we are at halftime between 4A City and Central Lyon at George Little Rock. 24-14 is the lead in favor of Central Lyon, George Little Rock. And one other score to report for you here at halftime in Wapsie Valley. It is Wapsie Valley leading Lake Mills 23-6 is the score. Wapsie Valley leading Lake Mills at halftime of that contest. So one other score to report. Let's take a look at our halftime stats. Let's take a look, first of all, at the scoring summary. In the first half, Central Lyon, George Little Rock got the first touchdown in the first quarter, led 7-0. Indians scored 14 in the second quarter, while Central Lyon, George Little Rock scored 17 to make it 24-14. Central Lyon, George Little Rock's first touchdown drive went 74 yards in 11 plays. It took 5 minutes and 7 seconds off the clock, and that touchdown was Saddam run from 6 yards out, and he got into the end zone for the touchdown. PAT by Koob was up and good. Second touchdown by Central Lyon, George Little Rock went 20 yards after 4A City let them run the punt back to the 20-yard line. 20 yards on 3 plays. That took 1 minute and 33 seconds off the clock, and that was once again Saddam running the football from 2 yards out, and at that point it was 14-0 to Central Lyon. 4A City, though, is able to answer right back as the Indians go 60 yards on 2 plays. And in just 34 seconds, and then Ty Dillevue found Carson Hall for a 65-yard touchdown reception, a ball Carson Hall had to come back for, and then was able to run himself down into the end zone for the touchdown. 65 yards from Ty Dillevue to Carson Hall. Later on in that quarter, it was more Central Lyon, 58 yards. They went on 3 plays in 1 minute and 31 seconds. And the third Central Lyon touchdown was on a jet sweep as Matt Albert went himself 36 yards on the jet sweep from left to right across the formation and able to find the end zone. At that point, it was 21-7 Central Lyon, but 4A City able to bounce right back. The Indians drive 82 yards on 9 plays, the most efficient drive for the Indians so far tonight. 82 yards on 9 plays, took 5 minutes and 24 seconds off the clock. Not enough time off the clock, that's for sure. As we talked about it, 4A City was trying to run clock vigorously off that clock to try to keep the ball back out of Central Lyon's hand. Before halftime, James Hagan was able to punch the ball in from 2 yards out to give the Indians a score to make it 21-14. But again, at that point, Central Lyon got themselves all the way back down the field, and it was a 38-yard field goal that was up and good by Logan Koob, and he was able to make the 38-yard field goal to put us at 24-14 at halftime, and the Indians had 9 seconds. Did take a shot down the field, but the ball came incomplete. 4A City has 8 first downs, 4 on the ground, 4 through the air. The Indians have 71 yards on the ground, and they are 7 of 10 through the air for 120 yards. That's 191 total yards of offense for the Indians, and they've run 26 plays. Central Lyon has 11 first downs, 4 of them on the ground, 7 of them through the air. They have 73 yards on the ground and 130 yards through the air. 203 total yards of offense for Central Lyon in the first half. Central Lyon had 1 penalty for 10 yards. The Indians have 1 penalty for, actually that's wrong. The Indians have 2 penalties for 15 yards in the game. They had 3 called on them, but 1 was declined and not accepted. Central Lions had the ball for 9 minutes and 40 seconds. The Indians had the ball for 14 minutes and 19 seconds. The Indians are 2 of 5 on third down. And 0 for 0 on fourth down. Central Lyon is 2 for 2 on fourth down, 0 for 4 so far on third down in this contest. Central Lyon has punted one time for 38 yards. The Indians have punted 3 yards for a 38-yard average. Both teams are averaging 38 yards. Just one punt for Central Lyon for 38 yards. The Indians have punted 3 times. All 3 of those have equaled an average 38 yards. So far in the first half, individual stats for the Indians. Ty Delavu is 7 of 10 for 120 yards even. A 65-yard touchdown, his longest of the night. James Hagan has run 12 times for 63 yards. Peter Wilson has run 3 times for 6 yards. Luke Kearney 2 times for 3 yards in the game. Carson Hall has 2 receptions for 94 yards. Ty Sopko has 3 receptions for 24 yards. Corey Thorson has 1 reception for 3 yards in the contest. Defensively for the Indians, 5 tackles for Ryan Bailey, 5 tackles for Luke Kearney, 4 tackles for Tristan Brandsoy leads the way for Forest City. On the side of Central Lyon, Jaden Dale is 10 of 16 for 130 yards. Elbert has one rush for 36 yards. Dale has 5 rushes for 23 yards, and Saddam has 8 rushes for 15 yards. The Indians have kept him pretty much in check. Haven't really needed him, though, too much here this evening for Central Lyon. Elbert has 1 reception for 14 yards. Vanderzee has 1 reception for 7 yards. Higas has 2 receptions for 40 yards. Maxwell has 1 reception for 12 yards. Peterson has 1 reception for 16 yards, and Kupperschmidt has 4 receptions for 41 yards. Defensively for Central Lyon, Kupperschmidt leading the way with 6 tackles, 5 for Sam Christensen, 4 for Gavin Bruns in the game. It is 2 for Kirsch, 2 for Albert, 3 for Kroll, also in the game, and a 38-yard field goal for Koob is the longest of those so far tonight. He is also 3 for 3 kicking PATs. Ty Sopko is 2 for 2 kicking PATs this evening. That's your halftime stats brought to you by Waldorf University. We'll come back in 1 minute for kickoff here on KIOW.
Discover Waldorf University in Forest City, where your passion meets opportunity. With scholarships available up to full tuition, a wide range of athletics, fine arts, and over 35 clubs and organizations, there's something for everyone. Whether on campus or online, experience the support of a community that feels like home. Learn more today at waldorf.edu.
Welcome back here to Rock Rapids. Ball in the air and is going to be taken at about the 10-yard line by Central Lyon. George Little Rock looking for some return yards. Finally, the Forest City kick coverage team gets down to the 15-yard line. Great kick coverage and a much-needed time as Forest City trying to stop Central Lyon. George Little Rock from adding on to this lead here in the third quarter. And going to make them march a long field here with 11:52 to go. Just underway in third quarter action. They'll spot the football about right at the 15-yard line, where Jaden Dale and company will take back over again. First down and 10, Central Lyon, George Little Rock at the 15. Forest City's defense has found a couple of stops now, no bigger than a time right now. The Indians can get a stop here early in this possession, could get the football back in good starting field position to try to make this a one-score game again. One man in motion from right to left. That's Kupperschmidt. Now another man in motion. And they're going to hand it off in the jet sweep motion. Luke Kearney is there and will drag him down at the 10-yard line. Luke Kearney breaks through, and he'll make the tackle of Peterson right at the 10-yard line. It'll be a loss of 5, and second down and 15 upcoming. Great job there by Luke Kearney, trying to help out the Indians' defense as he brings down Peterson at the 10-yard line on jet sweep motion. Last time they went jet sweep motion, it was a 36-yard touchdown. 11:18 to play here in the third quarter. Dale in the gun. He'll send Albert in motion from right to left, and Dale will keep it himself. And the Indians miss a tackle, and Dale is loose at the 20, and he'll finally be brought down. Penalty marker comes in. Could be a good sign for the Indians. They're looking for a hold call, where it'll be decision time. And obviously you want to continue to send them backwards here. Or it'll be a third down and about 8 Otherwise, we'll see officially what the penalty marker is. 11:05 to go here, and the Indians will march him back. Never got an official call from our referee, at least I didn't see. We assume it's holding. And, of course, with that penalty coming in front of the line of scrimmage, goes from where the 10 yards from the spot of the foul, so it'll be right back to the original line of scrimmage. Second down and 15 once again. We'll do it all over again from the 10-yard line. Man in motion, that's Albert from left to right across the formation. And it's going to be a pitch back to Albert, and he is going to, he breaks the tackle at the 5. Now he's loose to the 15, 20, 25, 30, still on his feet. 40 midfield looking for a blocker. He's at the 45, at the 40, he'll cut back there. He gets another blocker at midfield. Now he's at the 35, 30, and he'll finally be brought down at the 32-yard line. Inside the 30 at the 28. Luke Kearney had him tied up at the 5-yard line. It would have been another loss of 5, and third down and 20 upcoming. Instead, Albert breaks right through that, and he scampers all the way down the field inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Huge play for Central Lyon George Little Rock. Could be the difference in the game there. As instead of the Indians having them third down and 20 inside their own 5, it's first down and 10 from the 28 of Forest City. I'll go to Saddam there, and he'll have a couple of yards, maybe one, as the Indians will make the stop. It is Parker Cox on the stop for the Indians. They do get 1 yard to the 27-yard line, so second down and 9 upcoming with 9:52 to play here in the third quarter. Indians defense looking for a stop. One receiver to the right, one receiver to the left. Dale in the gun. Got Saddam with him. He'll take the snap. It's a read option to the right side. Dale looking for blockers. He's got some at the 15, now at the 10. It'll be short of the 10-yard line, though, at about the 11. So first down yardage on the keeper by Dale. And he'll get it inside the 12, short of the 11. So the ball is between the 12 and the 11-yard line on the far hash. It'll be first down and 10. Central Lyon George Little Rock will have a first down just short of the 1-yard line. Dale in the gun here. He'll take the snap. He'll hand it off to Saddam to the right side. Looking for blockers. He's at inside the 10, short of the 5-yard line. Will be brought down. A gain of about 5 on the play. 5 or 6 on the carry by Saddam. It'll be second down and about 5 with the ball on the 6-yard line. Again, first down comes just short of the 1-yard line. Second down and 5, 8:36 to go here in quarter number 3. Dale in the gun. He'll take a snap. He'll send a man in motion from left to right. Cooper Schmid. And the Indians will stand him up. Maybe a short loss on the play. It'll be third down upcoming. Indians looking for a stop here. They stand him up about, you lose that half a yard. Maybe a couple of inches at most. Still about the same. It'll be third down at about 5 from just outside the 6-yard line. The ball is almost back to the 7, but not quite back to the 7-yard line. 7:55 to play, third quarter. Dale in the gun with Saddam with him. He's got 2 receivers left, 1 receiver to the right. And he's going to go play action. He's going to throw it to the near side. Cooper Schmid looking for the end zone. He reaches for it, and he's in. Indians hit him at about the 4, and he drags a couple of Forest City defenders into the end zone. It'll be a touchdown for Central Lyon. Indians had Central Lyon nearly stopped at the 5-yard line. It was third down and 20 upcoming instead. They're back into the end zone as they march down the field and put this one in with 7:42 to go in the third quarter. PAT by Coob on the way. Out of the hold of Dale. Good snap, good hold, kick is up, and it is well good. 31-14, Central Lyon adds on. 7:42 to play third quarter. This is Indian football from Koloff Media Sports.
Forest City Auto is your local Napa Auto Care Center. Our local staff will work to get your vehicle back on the road. With state-of-the-art equipment, a 2-year parts and labor warranty on all repairs, and free pickup and delivery in Forest City. Forest City Auto is the place to take your vehicle. Call 641-581-3000 today.
Solventum, formerly the 3M Distribution Center of Forest City. The team at Solventum wishes our area athletes good health and good luck this season. Like any good team, working together brings out the best on the field or in the warehouse. The Solventum Distribution Center of Forest City.
Back here on KIOW and live at KIOW.com. Zarin Eggleston with you this evening here from Rock Rapids. It is 7:42 remaining in the third quarter. 31-14 as Central Lyon adds on to their lead. Led throughout this game so far, and they will kick this one away from the south side of the field to the north side of the field, where the Indians are back to receive this one. Kwan Smith and Deegan Moore are back to receive for the Indians. A high kick. And they're going to have to come up and run up on it. They do get it at the 15-yard line. Deegan Moore, and he is taken down right at the 20. Immediately taken down by Hashi. I believe, it was for Central Lyon. As Deegan Moore gets back out. Hashi, senior, 5'8", 175. Plays on the offensive line for Central Lyon. And he runs down hard on kickoffs. That's the second time we've called his name. They do give Deegan Moore the 21-yard line, so the Indians will have first down and 10 from their own 21 with 7:35 to play here in the third quarter. Looking to answer right back as the Indians have found a couple of touchdown drives so far tonight. Need an answer here as they're going to hand it off to James Hagan. He is tripped up immediately. Taken down immediately by Sam Christensen, the senior, 6'3", 270. As he bursts right through the 4A City offensive line and gets a hand on James Hagan, who's going to lose a yard back to the 20. 7:16 to play third quarter, 31-14. And it'll be second down and 11 for the Indians. They'll break the huddle at the 20-yard line. Two receivers and a tight end to the far side of the formation. Back in the backfield for the Indians. Take the snap, Dillevue looking to throw. He will throw it here to Corey Thorson. Good defense there by Gumperschmidt as Thorson unable to get a reach on that football, and it's third down and 11 for the Indians. And need to try to pick up this first down, otherwise 4A City averaging 38 yards on their punt so far tonight. Would give Central Lyon good starting field position right around or just past midfield if they're unable to pick this one up here. Third down and 11, 6:54 to play here in the third quarter. 31-14, Central Lyon, George Little Rock. Here's the snap to Dillevue. Dillevue looks to throw. He's got a man, but it's a bit high out of the reach of Carson Hall. He had Hall across the middle, but the pass just sails on Dillevue there. Carson Hall tried to reach up for it. Carson Hall had the defender beat. He had some space there. Right around the 30-yard line at the first down marker. But the ball sails high. And 4A City will have their punt unit on as Dillevue is back in punt formation. Fourth punt of the night for the Indians senior. Oh, it's a high snap. Dillevue had to go back to the 5. Now he just has to boot this one away. And it's going to get a little bit of a 4A City bounce near midfield. Still 4A City bouncing inside of Central Lyon, George Little Rock territory to the 49. That could have been disastrous for the Indians as the snap sailed on Dillevue. Fortunately, he was able to turn around and kind of catch it with one hand and then just quickly turn around and punch that one away and still got decent kick on it. Got a 4A City bounce of about 8 or 9 yards to put that ball in Central Lyon, George Little Rock territory at the 49-yard line. 6:38 to go here in quarter number 3, 31-14. The Lions in the lead, and they have the football back, trying to add on. One receiver to the near side, one receiver to the far side wing. Now two here on the near side. It's play action. Dale looking to throw, and it is going to be caught at the 45-40 inside the 35, and finally brought down by Deegan Moore is Matt Albert. Makes the reception, just got past the defender and then was able to burst with speed across the 35 to about the 32-yard line, where it's first down and 10. Central Lyon George Little Rock right on the doorstep again here with 6:20 to play in the third quarter. One receiver, two receivers to the near side, one receiver to the far side with a wing as well off the right side of that offensive line. And they're going to go swing it out here to the near side. Albert again, he's got a 25, 21 man to beat at the 15, 10, 5. He's into the end zone. Had one man to beat at the 20-yard line, and he is into the end zone. Albert once again for Central Lyon George Little Rock. They'll add on. It's now 37-14 with 6:01 to play here in quarter number 3. Central Lyon George Little Rock will add on. And we'll see Kubin to attempt a 5th PAT tonight, 4 for 4 so far. No, now they're going to go into it. As Kub will attempt the PAT out of the hold of Dale, who lines up originally in the quarterback formation and then claps his hands and everybody comes in into their field goal unit. And this one is up, and it is way good. 38-14, Central Lyon George Little Rock leading the Indians of 4A City with 6:01 to play in the third quarter. Indians offense is back on the field when we come back. This is Indian football from Koloff Media Sports.
Advanced Door Systems of Forest City. Advanced Door Systems is your Raynor and CHI overhead door dealer. They also service any make or model of overhead door. Call 641-585-1900 to see them online at ads-doors.com. Advanced Door Systems, the right door, the right way.
Holland Contracting in Forest City for earth moving, large or small building projects, farm drainage, directional drilling, demolition, tire and automotive shop, and more. Call the construction experts at 641-585-2231. Holland Contracting in Forest City, dedicated to making the region a better place, one project at a time.
Welcome back here on KIOW and LiveAcademy.com. Zerina Gestall with you this evening from Rock Rapids, Iowa. 6:01 to play here in the third quarter, 38-14, and Central Lyon George Little Rock will once again snap the football kick the football down the field to the 10-yard line. Ball is still rolling, and the Indians will let it go out of bounds. Deegan Moore let it go out of bounds, and so 4A City will get the football at the 35-yard line. As Deegan Moore watched that one roll down the field and nearly touched it before it went out of bounds, but the penalty marker did come out, and so the Indians will get the football at the 35-yard line. As the ball rolls out of bounds, Deegan Moore almost made a major mistake by picking that football up as it was rolling down the sidelines. He nearly picked it up and stepped out of bounds at about the 11, but instead the officials said it rolled out of bounds first before he touched it. Coach Eben and his staff not very happy about it. Is right on the Central Lyon George Little Rock sidelines. And they thought Deegan Moore picked it up at about the 11-yard line before it rolled out of bounds. But instead, the Indians will have it at first down and 10 from the 35. 6:01 to play. Here's the snap to Dillevue. Dillevue will throw near side. It's caught by Carson Hall near the 40-yard line, and he'll be brought down right about the 40. So the Indians will find about 5 on the play. It'll be second down and 5 for the Indians. The ball is just short of the 40-yard line, so it's a longer 5. Of course, from the 35, Indians got to get a first down at the 45-yard line. But ball's just short of the 40-yard line right now. 5:32 to play here in the third quarter. One receiver to the near side, one receiver to the far side of the formation. In the gun, Dillevue will take the snap off to James Hagan. Hagan kind of bobbled it for a moment, and he pushes forward to about the 40-yard line. Going to be just short of the first down marker. I think the Indians are going to be about a nose of the football short. It'll be third down and inches for the Indians. The nose of the football short of the first down marker at the just short of the 45-yard line. So James Hagan almost fell forward enough for a first down. Great job there by Central Lyon. Dreneth was in there to make the stop. Under center is Dillevue. Tries the hard count. They don't bite. Hands it off to Kearney. And Kearney looking for the yardage. Did he get there? And I don't think he did. It's going to be fourth down and inches again for the Indians, as Kearney is going to be brought down about right at the original line of scrimmage. And now Kearney is down on the field and not getting up for the Indians as he is still laying down on the field. Emily Putney will make her way out to check on him. We'll take a break. 4:27 to go here in the third quarter. Kearney down on the field. We'll take a break. We'll come back. This is Indian football from Koloff Media Sports.
Wilson Dental is expanding again. Wilson Dental now offering a clinic in Buffalo Center. Check out Wilson Dental now in Buffalo Center to go along with their long-standing tradition in 4A City and also offering services in Garner. Wilson Dental in 4A City, Garner, and now Buffalo Center.
Real man of genius.
I don't know about genius, but we've been called worse. Call Matt, Chuck, or Jake at County Line Seeds, offering DeKalb Asgrow, Whiffles, NK, and Latham products. We strive by turning seeds into opportunity. Give us a call today, 641-581-3300. Now that I think about it, that was kind of catchy.
Hey, this is Tom McGregor, the new manager of Forest City Auto Center and Chrysler of Forest City. Stop by the Forest City Auto Center on the north side for Chevy and GM products, and Chrysler on the south side for Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram products. Our stores proudly support the Indians.
Malin Egg Service of Forest City is a proud supporter of Forest City High School athletics. Nate Malin is with you from the word go. From planting to harvest, you can count on Nate. Contact him today in Forest City at 641-860-1712. Nate will help you put the right seed on your acres. 641-860-1712.
Back here to Rock Rapids. Indians are going to keep the offense on the field. Kearney's going to get off the field. Kearney fortunately got back up. Unfortunately, he is putting no pressure on his left leg. Indians are going to go 4th down and inches, and Dillevue will try to push forward for the first down. He's going to have it. Dillevue pushes forward. He's going to have enough for a first down, and the Indians got stopped on 3rd down and inches, but Dillevue takes the quarterback sneak on 4th down and inches, and he's going to punch forward across the 45. Enough for a first down. Barely got enough, but he got enough. Here with 4:14 to play in the third quarter. Clock will continue to tick. 38-14, Central Lyon George Little Rock leading the Indians of 4A City, week 1 of the Iowa High School football playoffs. Indians back in the postseason for the first time since 2013 when they had to go to Sioux Center. Now here in Western Iowa again, a little bit further north though in Rock Rapids. In the gun, Dillevue will take the snap. He looks to throw. He's looking for a man downfield. It's Carson Hall. He's wide open at the 40, 35, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Indians. Carson Hall is into the end zone for the Indians as Dillevue finds him down the sideline, and 4A City will punch it in once again. This one from 55 yards. The last one went from 65 yards. His long this year is 77. Second touchdown of the night for Carson Hall. Gives him his 6th touchdown of the season. Dillevue throws for his 17th touchdown this year. And the Indians continue to try to climb back into this football game. 38-20 with 3:37 to go here in quarter number 3. Indians will keep the offense on the field, trying to get a point closer than they would with a PAT. They know they got to come back from at least an extra 3. Going to throw a heave to Hall. Hall jumps up. Did he get it? He did not. Trying to throw a jump ball to Hall. And it is defended well there by Central Lyon. And it will stay an 18-point football game. 38-20 with 3:37 to go here in the third quarter. This is Indian football from Koloff Media Sports.
Lucas Woogie is your locally owned Cornelius Seed dealer here in Forest City. Cornelius Seed, an Iowa-based company, has a full line of corn and soybeans. Call Lucas today at 641-860-0595. Plant it, profit. Cornelius Seed from Lucas Woogie.
The Super Bowl in Forest City is open for league and open bowling with Cosmic Bowling Friday and Saturday nights. Enjoy food from the grill or delicious Bucchese pizza to complete your experience. The Super Bowl, Highway 9 East of Forest City.
Welcome back here on KIW, live at KIW.com. Zarin Eggleston with you from Rock Rapids. 3:37 to go in the third quarter. It's Central Lyon 38, 4A City 20 as the Indians get 6 points closer. Trying to throw a jump ball to Carson Hall to get to 8 points closer. Instead, it came up just incomplete, defended well by Fred King. They were in the back of the end zone, and Ty Sopko is set to boot this one away for the Indians. From the north side of the field to the south side, left to right across your radio dial. And Sopko will boot this one down the field. And it'll go out of bounds, so Central Lyon George Litterock will get the football back at the 35-yard line as the Indians kick one out of bounds right back. 3:37 to go here in the third quarter, 38-20. And from the 35-yard line where the Lions will take back over. We'll see the offense back on the field. The Indians looking for a stop. Could use a turnover here. As they'll break the huddle, Central Lyon will and come up to the 35-yard line. One receiver to the near side, two receivers to the far side of the formation. Wing is also here to the near side. Running back in the backfield, that's Sedem. They go on Albert on the jet sweep. He's got blockers again, 40-45 midfield. Still on his feet to the 45 inside of 4A City territory. Finally brought down by Willie Holmes at about the 42-yard line. That play has been something 4A City has not been able to stop much tonight. Did get that one stop from Kearney when he broke through and was able to bring down on the jet sweep motion. But this time, again, another big play for Albert from right to left. And Central Lyon George Litterock looking to add on here with 3:15 left in the third quarter. From the gun, Dale will take the snap. He hands it off to Sedem. He's got some blocking room. Sedem still on his feet. 35 inside the 35 near the 30. It'll be enough for a first down, about a 12-yard pickup on the play. To the 31-yard line where Central Lyon George Litterock will have first down and 10 once again. Thanks for joining us here on KIOW and live at KIOW.com. Appreciate everybody back in 4A City and around the world watching wide at KIOW.com. 38-20 is the 18-point lead for Central Lyon George Litterock looking to add on. In the gun, Dale has the football. He will play action here to Albert on the near side blockers. 25-20, inside the 20 to the 15, inside the 15 now, and he'll be drug out of bounds at about the 10. So Albert finally taken down by Kozma for the Indians. As Kozma finally catches up to him at about the 11-yard line and takes him out there, it'll be first down and 10 once again for Central Lyon George Litterock. Albert has gashed the Indians so far tonight in this contest. Dale in the gun. Sedam with him. He'll hand it off to Sedam. A little bit of a bobble on the handoff, but he's able to get inside the 10 to about the 8-yard line. Right around the 8. 3-yard gain. We second down and 7 with 2:14 to play here in the third quarter. Week 1 of the Iowa High School football playoffs here on KIOW. In the gun is Dale. 15 on the play clock for Central Lyon George Litterock. They'll snap it with 10. And Dale will keep it himself. 5 looking for the end zone. Did he get in? He did. So Dale kept it himself, and he's able to punch himself into the end zone as he'll run this one from 8 yards out. And Central Lyon George Litterock back on the board again as the Indians defense has found few answers tonight for the Central Lyon George Litterock offense. And once again, we'll add 6 here and try to add the 7th. With Coob 44-20. West Lyon victors tonight over Garner Hayfield Ventura. They're into the second round. Here's the snap. It is up and the kick is good. 1:49 to go in the third quarter at Central Lyon George Litterock 40, 4A City 20. More football on the other side of this break. This is Indian football from Koloff Media Sports.
KCS Customs of Forest City. KCS is your Western snowplow dealer. It can also customize vehicles with LED lights, leveling kits, Jeep accessories, and more. Find out how we can help your ride on Facebook at KCS Customs. KCS Customs of Forest City, your Western snowplow dealer and vehicle customizer.
NIAC is proud to help support North Iowa athletes. Working hard and being part of a team is a great way to learn lessons for life, and learning is what NIAC is all about, beginning with high school juniors and seniors who can start building college credits now for free. Learn more at NIAC.com. indians.edu.
Welcome back here on KIOW, live at Academy.com. Zarin Eggleston with you from Rock Rapids, where we are set for kickoff once again. 1:49 to play here in quarter number 3 at Central Lyon George Little Rock 45, Fourier City 20. Indians have found a couple of answers, and they're going to need to continue to answer and then find some stops if they want to try to find themselves back into this football game. And Raymond will boot it away. It's going to be taken at the 6-yard line by the Indians. Deegan Moore looking for some blockers. Deegan Moore now looking to the outside. He'll cut back in, and he'll get back to the 20-yard line, as he was originally looking down the middle and then cut back out to the outside on the far side of the field near the numbers, and he's taken down inside or outside the hashes right around the number mark of the 20-yard line. So he gets back to the 20, where the Indians will have first down and 10 from their own 20-yard line with 1:41 to play here in quarter number 3. Carson Hall has gone wild tonight so far for the Indians, with a pair of long touchdown passes, one from 55, one from 65 yards out. Indians are going to need a couple of more of those big plays. Long drives not going to do it here for the Indians with just 13 minutes and 41 seconds left in the game between the two quarters. They will hand it off to James Hagan, looking for some running room on the left side. Hard running for James Hagan, and he'll be finally taken out of bounds. But he's able to get 5 or 6 on the play. He will get to the 26-yard line, I believe, so it'll be a gain of 6. No, they put it back at the 25, pardon me. Originally, the official was staying at the 26, thought he was going to spot it there. Instead, he puts it back and looks at the line judge and then puts it back down at the 20, so it's a 5-yard pickup for James Hagan. 2nd down and 5 upcoming from the 25. Got out of bounds, so the clock stops. 1:32 to play, third quarter. One receiver on either side of the formation, and the Indians are going to hand it back off to Hagan, and this time he is bottled up. We'll see if he gets back to the line of scrimmage. He does before he's finally taken down. So he gets right back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down and 5 upcoming here for the Indians. Third down and 5 for Fourier City from their own 25-yard line, with 1:06 to play in the third quarter. And Central Lyon George Little Rock leading here from Dick Knoll Field, 45-20. One receiver to the near side, one receiver to the far side. Dillevue in the gun. He's got a running back with him. Tight end on the other side of the formation. Here's the snap to Dillevue. He'll look to throw. Dillevue's got a man, and it is caught at the 35-yard line. Once again by Carson Hall. Goes right back to Hall, and he makes the reception at the 35, enough for a first down for the Indians. So Fourier City will have first down and 10 from the 35, and they'll keep the chains moving. Another 3rd down conversion for Fourier City there. Good crowd on hand here. Tonight, of course, Central Lyon, George Little Rock, got quite a few fans in front of us. We're on the home side of the field. The Fourier City's fans across the way. Good number of them, including, you see a couple of rows of student section as well, making the 2 hour and 40 minute trip here to Rock Rapids. Dillevue going to go for the home run ball to Hall again. Down the sideline, and it is, in and out of the hands of Carson Hall at the 35-yard line. Carson Hall looked like he might have had it in his hands for a moment, but then it goes in and out of the hands at about the 35, and it'll be incomplete. Fourier City looking for the home run ball on first down. And Hall was behind the defenders, but unable to make the reception at the 35 of Central Lyon George Little Rock. Instead, it'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Indians. And they'll have a couple of plays to try to find a first down here and keep the chains moving with 16 seconds left in the third quarter, 45-20. A&W sponsors our fourth quarter, and that comes your way in 16 seconds of game football. 2 receivers in a stack here to the near side. Dillevue looks to throw across the middle to Sopko, and it is incomplete. Trying a quick slant across the middle to Sopko, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 10 with 12 seconds left here in the third quarter. Might have had his man there. Sopko a little bit out in front of him. And one of those plays where Sopko knows he's going to get hit no matter what. He did. And the ball comes loose. Just couldn't hang on to it. Now the Indians will have 3rd down and 10 from the 35, trying to convert on another 3rd down. In the gun is Dillevue.
He'll take the snap, look to throw. Still looking, he's got Thorson at the 45, enough for a first down now to midfield. Corey Thorson on an out route here to the near side. Makes the reception at the first down sticks. He gets an extra 5 as well. It'll be a pickup of 15 on the play for the Indians to midfield. And with 4 seconds left in the third quarter, the clock will spin and we have played 3. Through 3 quarters, it's Central Lyon George Little Rock 45. It's 4A City 20. A&W sponsors our fourth quarter. A&W closes up shop in about 7 minutes from now back in 4A City. But, of course, you can catch them again at 11 a.m. tomorrow when they open back up. A&W is a proud supporter of 4A City High School Athletics, and they are the sponsor of today's fourth quarter. We'll have the A&W fourth quarter for you right after this.
A&W Restaurant in Forest City. A&W has delicious burgers, cheese curds, onion rings, chicken tenders, and more available daily from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Finish your meal with a tasty root beer float, shake, polar swirl, or soft serve ice cream. A&W, where the food is as good as the root beer. Highway 69 North in Forest City.
NSB Bank wishes all athletes good luck in postseason. For the latest financial products and services with a community touch by local decision makers, stop into your NSB branch location in Tatanka, Forest City, Thompson, Mason City, or Northwood. NSB Bank, we're here for you. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back here on KIOW and LiveAcademy.com. Zarin Eggleston with you this evening as we head to the fourth quarter. 12 minutes on the clock, getting set for fourth quarter action. .45-20 is the lead in favor of Central Lyon George Little Rock, but the Indians have the football at midfield. Here's the snap. Dillevue looks to throw. It's caught by Thorson at the 40. At the 35, he'll be brought down there. Indians move the chains once again on the initial play here in the fourth quarter as Corey Thorson picks up the reception for 4A City. It'll be first down Indians at the 35-yard line as the clock will continue to spin here. 11:43 to play. 45-20 is the lead for Central Lyon George Little Rock, but the Indians trying to add on. Trying to draw closer. Dillevue looking to throw. Still looking. He's got plenty of time. He'll look to the end zone to Sopko. It's out of his reach. Kind of threw that football away with Sopko covered. He had plenty of time to throw. Good job there by the lineman of the Indians, as they gave Sopko, with just a 4-man rush, plenty of time to throw that football. 11:25 to play here in the fourth quarter. 45-20 is still the lead here for Central Lyon George Little Rock. 35-yard line where the Indians have second down and 10. Of course, 4-down territory here for the Indians. You'll have 3 plays to pick up 10 yards with 11:25 to play. Dillevue in the gun. He takes the snap. He'll look to throw. And he throws a little bit high out of the reach of Carson Hall. It'll fall incomplete. 11:21 now, and the Indians will have third down and 10 upcoming. Dillevue trying to sling it around the yard here. Number 2 all-time in career passing yards at 4A City. Needed probably a couple of games here in the postseason. Maybe 3 to try to catch Andrew for number 1. Andrew Rosacker, number 1 all-time on that list. Needed quite a few games in the postseason to try to make a run at that. Here's the snap. He'll look to throw. Dillevue will. He has got Corey Thorson in the flats at the 30. And a good tackle made there by Raymond for Central Lyon George Little Rock as Corey Thorson was trying to get yards after catch. He got maybe an extra yard after he caught the football, but it can be brought down just ahead of the 30-yard line. It'll be fourth down and about a short 5 here for the Indians, as that ball is nearly to the 29-yard line, but not quite there. So it's a short 5 here for the Indians, a long 4. 10:46 to play in the fourth quarter, 45-20. Dillevue in the gun. He'll take the snap. Indians got to have all 5. He throws complete to Sopko, and Sopko's going to have enough for a first down. So he threw complete across the middle to Ty Sopko, and Sopko pulls it down inside the 25-yard line, and the Indians are going to have enough for a first down with 10:31 to play here in the fourth quarter. Forest City trying to draw closer here. Trailing by 25, 45-20. Inside the 25-yard line at about the 24. It's first down and 10 Indians. Here in the gun, Delavu hands it off to James Hagan. Hagan looking for the edge, and he is going to be brought down, stacked up about right at the line of scrimmage. Blown dead for forward progress. Hagan kept running. He didn't actually go all the way down to the ground, but it was blown dead before Hagan was able to get any forward progress, and now the play is blown dead, and Raymond's going to have to leave the field. He gets back up. He's on his feet, but they did blow it dead for him, so he will have to leave for at least a play with 9:56 to go here in the fourth quarter, as he'll come to the sidelines. And the clock will continue to turn. 9:53 to play in the fourth quarter, 45-20. Indians have second down and 10 from the 24. Delavu in the gun, 2 receivers to the near side, a wing to the right side for the Indians. Running back in the backfield is James Hagan. Here's the snap. Delavu play action. He'll look to throw. Boots out. Now he looks to the end zone. Ty Sopko is there, and is it caught? No, it's incomplete. It looked like Sopko came down with it, but the ball rolls to the back of the end zone, and it comes down incomplete. 9:30 to play. Exactly here to go in the fourth quarter, and Sopko just can't quite hang on to that one. We couldn't see from where we were originally if that ball was in his hands or if it was out. And then as soon as you rolled over, you see the ball rolling to the back of the end zone, and you see it goes incomplete. And the Indians miss out on a touchdown there with 9:30 to play, trailing 45-20. Delavu in the gun. He'll take the snap. He'll look to throw. Quick out to Carson Hall. It's caught at the 20-yard line, inside the 20. And he'll be brought down short of the 15-yard line. Indians got to get across the 15 for a first down. So it's going to be fourth down and about 2 upcoming here for the Indians. Maybe 4th and 1. 9:11 to play. No, it is fourth down and 2 from the 16-yard line. And the clock keeps turning. Now under 9 to play in the fourth quarter. 45-20. Indians need a yard. A full yard here. Delavu in the gun with James Hagan. Showing blitz is Central Lyon. Delavu takes the snap. He'll roll out. He's going to throw on 4th down and 1 to the end zone to Sopko. It's up in the air. It's caught. Did he get his feet in? He did. Touchdown Indians. On 4th down and 1, Forest City throws for the end zone, and it's caught from 16 yards out by Sopko as he gets the feet down on the back of the end zone. Touchdown number 4 on the year for Ty Sopko. Go Big Red. Indians back on the board with 8:41 to play here in the fourth quarter. James Hagan will snap. No, excuse me. The Indians are going to keep the offense out of course again and go to try for 2. Have not been very successful the last 2 weeks. They had to chase points against Okoboji last week. Trying to go for 2 earlier in the game as well. They haven't got either of them. And James Hagan is taken down for a loss at the 5-yard line. Doesn't matter what the loss is, as it's just a no gun on 2-point conversion. Again, Forest City fails on another 2-point conversion, 45-26. 8:41 to play in the fourth quarter. We'll come back. More high school football from Koloff Media Sports is next.
Shooters in Forest City is under new ownership. Hello, I'm Leah. I'm one of the new owners. Have you seen our weekly specials on our Facebook page? Posted every Friday. If not, give us a follow. We're committed to the same great service you have come to know and expect. So come on in and give us a try today.
A&W Restaurant in Forest City. A&W has delicious burgers, cheese curds, onion rings, chicken tenders, and more available daily from 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Finish your meal with a tasty root beer float, shake, polar swirl, or soft serve ice cream. A&W, where the food is as good as the root beer. Highway 69 North in Forest City.
Welcome back here to Rock Rapids Cheerleaders Student Section. 26 jumping jacks for the 26 points on the board for the Indians. 45-26, 8:41 to play in the ball game. And the Indians are going to need the football back in a hurry.
We'll see if 4A City decides to try to get sneaky here and trying to get this football on an onside kick. They will go for an onside kick. Little pooch kick gets through the legs of Central Lyon. There's a scramble for the football near the 43-yard line. Who's on top of it? It got right through the legs of the first line of the Lions. There's a pile for the football at the 43-yard line. Who comes up with it? And unfortunately, somebody in purple does. And Central Lyon has the football back. That is Rylan Maxwell, the 6'4", 180-pound junior. He gets onto the football, and Central Lyon will get it back at the 43-yard line. The Indians gave a good opportunity there to try to get that football back. It went right through the legs of that first line, and they were right there. But Maxwell gets on top of it, and Central Lyon gets it back with 8:35 to play here in quarter number 4. And the Indians' defense needs a quick stop from here. Dale will take the snap. He's going to take it himself, and he is going to be hit hard. Right back at around maybe a yard gain to the 44. And it'll be second down and 9. He'll get one from the 43 to the 44. 8:17 to go here in the fourth quarter. Indians trail 45-26. Need a couple of scores. Second down and 9, and Central Lyon, of course, in no hurry. 18 seconds to go on the play clock. And they'll snap it at 12. They'll hand it off to Saddam this time. He is loose running across midfield to the 45, and he'll finally be brought down. First down for Central Lyon, George Little Rock. As he'll bring it inside for a city territory to the 44-yard line, where it'll be first down and 10. Central Lyon, George Little Rock with 7:50 to play here in the fourth quarter. Chains move, clock runs. 7:43 and ticking down. 45-26 is the lead in favor of Central Lyon, George Little Rock. Indians need a lot to go their way to try to claw back into this football game. Here's the snap, and Dale is going to keep it himself again. Dale at the 35, 30, inside the 30, still running 25, 20, 15, 10, and Dale is going to have a house call. 44-yard touchdown run for Dale, and he is into the end zone with 7:17 to go here in the fourth quarter. And Central Lyon, George Little Rock back on the scoreboard as Dale takes the quarterback keeper from 44 yards out. That is the longest scramble of the year for a touchdown for Dale. His other longest was 24. His fourth rushing touchdown of the season, his longest of the year from 44. And now they're going to go for a 2 to the right side, and they complete the 2-point conversion. It is good. 50, the lead for Central Lyon, George Little Rock, 53-26 with 7:17 to play here in the fourth quarter as the Indians fall further behind. Central Lyon, George Little Rock will come back. More football in a minute here on KIOW and live at KW.com.
Custom Paint and Collision of Forest City. Corey and his staff have nearly 50 years of body shop experience and can fix just about anything on the road. They give free estimates and also carry car batteries and windshield wipers. Located on Highway 69 just south of Forest City, it's Custom Paint and Collision, your body shop.
Gold Eagle Co-op. We are your team. Now offering LP for farm and home. Contact your local Gold Eagle location for more information or for career opportunities, including grain operations, agronomy, feed mill, and transportation. Visit goldeaglecoop.com.
Welcome back here on KIOW, live at KW.com. 7:17 to play here in the fourth quarter. 53-26. Central Lyon, George Little Rock leading the Indians of 4A City here in week 1 of the Iowa High School football playoffs. And this one will be booted away. It's on a line taken at the 25-yard line by the Indians. Now at the 30, 35, 40, across the, not quite across the 40-yard line, going to be brought down right at the 30, or right at the 40, is Peter Wilson. That ball was kicked on a line drive right at Peter Wilson, and he was able to field it right in the belly and run that one, scramble that one all the way out to the 40-yard line, so the Indians will have first down and 10 from their own 40 with 7:10 to play here in quarter number 4. One receiver to the near side, one receiver to the far side of the formation. In the gun is Dillevue. Indians got to go quick. Dillevue takes the snap, bobbles the snap. Now he's just going to hang on to it. It's a scramble play, and Dillevue goes down at the 43. Bobbled the snap. Couldn't get it off to James Hagan where that football was intended to, and just had to rush it. Still able to get 3 yards on the play to the 43-yard line. Second down and 7 upcoming for the Indians with 6:45 to play in the ball game. Indians will break the huddle. One receiver to the far side, one receiver to the near side. Indians are heavy off the right side with the tight end in the wing. Dillevue hard count. Now he'll take the snap and look to throw. Dillevue. It is caught by Sopko across midfield, enough for a first down. So Sopko makes the reception for the Indians, and he falls down across midfield at about the 49-yard line of Central Lyon George Little Rock. The Indians offense continues to move the football. Clock will continue to spin, though, with 6:20 to play here in quarter number 4, as the clock is starting to tick away on the 4A City 2024 football campaign. Central Lyon George Little Rock looking for a second-round matchup. Could get a rematch of last week's game with West Lyon in the second round. 6:04 to go here in the fourth quarter, 53-26. Here's the snap to Dillevue. He'll look to throw. Dillevue down the middle of the seam to Corey Thorson. He reaches up and makes the catch at the 25. That ball looked like it could sail. Instead, Corey Thorson uses his big frame, and he reaches up and snags it inside the 25 at about the 23-yard line. First down and 10 for A City with 5:52 to play in the ball game. The clock will spin again as the chains get set. Now under 5:50 to play in this one. And 4A City looking to add on again. Trying to draw closer. They just haven't been able to get any stops. Dillevue in the gun. He'll take the snap. He'll look to throw. Dillevue looking near side to Sopko. Sopko's got it inside the 15. It'll be another first down for the Indians. Short of the 10-yard line, but he'll have enough for a first down with 5:27 to play in the fourth quarter. And the Indians continue to move the football. Ball will be spotted about the 12. And the clock continues to spin again. 5:21 to play in the ball game. Indians will break the huddle, trailing 53-26, trying to score again. One receiver to the right, one receiver to the near side. Dillevue in the gun. He's got James Hagan with him. Dillevue will take the snap. He'll play action, look to throw. It is caught at about the 5-yard line by Ryan Bailey, and he'll be taken out of bounds around the 5 with exactly 5 minutes to play in the ball game. A gain of 7, second down and 3 upcoming for the Indians right at the 5. So the Indians do have a chance for a first down at about the 2-yard line. 3 yards from that here. 5 yards from Pater with exactly 5 minutes to play in the ball game, trailing 53-26. Dillevue in the gun. Dillevue will take the snap. He'll look to throw. Still looking. Now he's under pressure. He'll throw to the end zone. It's caught by Carson Hall. His third touchdown reception of the ball game as Hall is back into the end zone for the Indians with 4:53 to play in the ball game. Carson Hall again, this time much shorter, from just 5 yards out. He went from 55, 65, and 5 yards. His third touchdown of the ball game, his 7th touchdown reception of the year. Nearing 500 yards receiving now with 4:53 in the ball game. And the Indians once again will try to go for a 2-point conversion, trailing 53-32. One receiver to the right, one receiver to the near. Dillevue takes the snap. He'll look to throw. Looking for Sopko, and it's in and out of his hands. Batted away. Good defense there as well by Gavin Bruns. And 4A City once again unsuccessful on a PAT, or pardon me, a 2-point conversion attempt, and it's 53-32 with 4:53 to play in the ball game. We'll come back. This is Indian football from Koloff Media Sports.
FCIS Insurance is proud to support our local athletes throughout the year. Let FCIS be your partner, not just your agent, helping you with all your insurance needs. With multiple carriers, we can get you the best coverage for the best price. Call us today at 800-331-1520. Good luck, Indians, from FCIS Insurance.
Forest City Family Dentistry downtown on J Street. Dr. Layla can now place crowns in one visit. No clumsy temporary or return appointment needed. Also ask us about replacing missing teeth with affordable dental implants. Visit the place that puts a smile on your face. Forest City Family Dentistry. Call 585-4636.
Welcome back here on KIOW Live at Academy.com. 4:53 to play in the ball game. 53-32 is the lead in favor of Central Lyon George Little and the Indians again need the football back, and they will try another onside kick. This time it's fielded by the front line of that Central Lyon George Little kick return team right at the 49-yard line. So that time they're able to jump on it. The hands team does. Same man. No, pardon me. This was Huygens. Jason Huygens gets it on it this time at the 49. So Central Lyon George Little Rock will get the football back at their own 49-yard line. 4:52 to play in the ball game. 53-32 for a City Trails. Need the football back in a hurry here once again. Offense has been able to move the football up and down the field. Defense just has not been able to get a stop. Here's a handoff to Senham, and a good job by Nick Donchie. Gets in there and makes the stop on Saddam. As Donchie breaks right through, it's going to be a loss on the play, as it'll be third down and about 11 upcoming. Clock will continue to spin on this ball game. 4:28 to play, and the Indians trail 53-32. Central Lyon George Little Rock taking some time off the clock. 13 on the play clock. Now it's under 10. Dale in the gun. He'll take the snap with 6. He rolls out, looks to throw. It's dumped off and caught at the 45-40. Still running 35 and finally tripped up by Carson Hall as Kupperschmidt is able to scramble down the field and gets inside the 35-yard line to about the 31-yard line for a first down and 10 for Central Lyon George Little Rock with 4:02 to play in the ball game. And the clock will continue to spin now as the first down gets set. 3:53 to play. Remember, the Iowa High School Scoreboard Show comes your way tonight at 10 o'clock here on KIOW. 3:40 to play in the fourth quarter, 53-32. Dale will keep it himself, looking to run. That's holding and going to be coming back. There's holding middle of that offensive line. And so this one will be coming back as Dale had a wide open hole there. And so this one will come back here with 3:31 to go here in the fourth quarter. And that's the official call from the referee. It'll be 10 yards from the original line. I think they're calling this one from the original line. And it is marked off in the original line, so it's from the 31 to the 41, where it'll be first down and 20 here for Central Lyon George Little Rock. Originally thought it was from the original line of scrimmage. The official started walking it off from the spot of the penalty and then got corrected there by the head referee. 3:24 to go in the ball game, 53-32. Central Lyon George Little Rock leading the Indians of Forest City, and they'll break the huddle with 10 on the play clock. In the gun. And they'll flip it out to Saddam, looking for some running room. And this one again, another penalty marker on the field. As more time will continue to tick off the clock. Now exactly 3 minutes to play here in the ball game. Indians trailing 53-32. Another holding penalty called against Central Lyon George Little Rock. So this one will again get marked off 10 yards. So now 20 yards in holding penalties for Central Lyon George Little Rock. This one will go to the 49-yard line where they started this drive from. They started the drive from the 49 after the onside kick attempt for the Indians. Picked up a couple of first downs, and now they're all the way back at the 49 again, where they have first down and 30 from the 49-yard line. Clock will continue to tick down. 2:45 to play in the ball game. 3 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left. And Dale looking back to throw. He's going to look for the home run ball down the sidelines. Incomplete. Deegan Moore in coverage for the Indians. That one will fall incomplete. It'll be second down and 30 with 2:35 to play here in the ball game. Maxwell, the intended receiver down the sideline for Central Lyon George Little Rock. And the Indians still looking to try to get a stop here with 2:35 remaining in the ball game. Barring any miracles for the Indians, Central Lyon George Little Rock looking to get back to the second round of the postseason. They've been in the second round every year since 2019. Last time they fell in the first round was 2019 to Algona. Since then, it's been a couple of runner-up finishes, a title, and a quarterfinal finish. Handed off to Saddam, looking for running room. He is loose at the 45-40, still on his feet, 30. And he'll finally, no, he didn't go out of bounds. And he gets the first down. He's going to get all 30 and more on a rush off the left side. Looked like he was nearly taken down or out of bounds, short of the first down marker, but he kept going. Indians weren't able to get him down or out of bounds, and he keeps going. He gets enough for a first down. Inside the 20-yard line to the 17, first down and 10. Central Lyon George Little Rock with 2:20 to play here in the ball game. And the clock will continue to tick again with the chains spotted. 53-32. In the gun. Here's the pitch out to Saddam, right side, looking for running room at the 10. Nearing the 5-yard line where he'll be brought down. Should be enough for another Central Lyon first down. They will have the first down. And now we're under 2 to play in the ball game. 1:54. 53-32. And Central Lyon George Little Rock will break the huddle from the 6-yard line. Dale in the gun, 3 receivers, 2 receivers to the right, 1 receiver to the left. He'll take the snap. He'll look to hand it off to Saddam. And did he get into the end zone? No, he's going to come up just short of the end zone. He'll be brought down at about the 1-yard line. 1:17 remaining here in the ball game, and the clock continues to tick down. We'll be under 1 before the ball is snapped as Central Lyon George Little Rock looking to punch another one in here. In offense, the Indians stopped a couple of times, but just have not been able to get stopped in this game. 51 seconds remaining in the ball game. Dale will take the snap. He will hand it off to Saddam, and he is into the end zone. As Saddam kind of drugged Dale as Dale couldn't quite get the ball into his hands. But Saddam does rush into the end zone for a touchdown with 42 seconds remaining in the ball game, and Central Lyon George Little Rock adds on another one. And they will come in and kick the PAT to try to get it to an even 60. Dale will hold. Koob will kick it again. With 42 seconds remain in the ball game, and the kick is up, and it is through the uprights. 42 seconds left. It is 60-32. Central Lyon George Little Rock leading the Indians of Forest City. Will come back. This is Indian football from Koloff Media Sports.
Forest City Ford at the corner of 9 and 69 in Forest City wishes good luck to our local athletes. We look forward to seeing you compete. When you need a vehicle, see us at Forest City Ford, where customers really do send their friends.
Matt Jennings and Troy Hall of Jennings & Hall Financial Group, located at MBT Bank, want to thank our Forest City teams for their hard work and dedication and wish them good luck this season. Best wishes from Matt and Troy at Jennings & Hall Financial Group, located at MBT Bank in Forest City.
Welcome back here on KIOW and liveacademy.com. 42 seconds remaining in the ball game, 60-32. Central Lyon George Little Rock leading the Indians of 4A City tonight on their way to a Week 1 victory over 4A City. 4A City will end their season at 4-5, a successful building year for the Indians, as they find themselves 3 district wins and put themselves back in the postseason. But the road will end here in Rock Rapids as the ball is booted away and going to be taken by the Indians. And they'll return it out to the 20-yard line and going to be hit there and stopped is Kwan Smith for the Indians. It'll be first down and 10 for A City with 35 seconds remaining in the ball game. 60-32. For A City will have a couple of offensive plays here. Our post-game show is on the horizon. Again, the Iowa High School scoreboard show starts at 10 o'clock tonight. We won't get you all the way there. We'll get you as close to 10 o'clock as we can. But won't get you all the way down to 10 o'clock as the Iowa High School scoreboard show will fire up at 10 o'clock. Well, of all the scores from around the state, Class 5A to Class 8 player, postseason in the smaller classes. It was regular season in 3A, 4A, and 5A tonight. 35 seconds. Here's the snap. Looking to throw as Dillahoo is caught at the 35-yard line and going out of bounds, which will get the Indians to stop the clock at the 28 with 28 seconds left. 60-32 as 4A City trying to march down the field again here with 28 seconds remaining. So the Indians will find about 15 or so there, and they'll have first down and 10 across the 35 to about the 37-yard line. 28 seconds remaining in the ball game. Dillahoo in the gun. He'll take the snap. He'll look to throw across the middle. It is caught once again by Carson Hall, and he'll run out of bounds to stop the clock again. With 22 seconds now. It'll be first down and 10 for the Indians from the 48-yard line on their own side of the field, just short of midfield. One receiver, 2 receivers, and 3 here to the near side. 1 receiver to the far side of the formation. 4 split wide. James Hagan is in the backfield for the Indians with Dillahoo. Dillahoo takes the snap. He'll look to throw. He rolls out. Looking down the field. Now he's under pressure. Now he will throw. Incomplete. Intended for Corey Thorson. And the clock will stop with 15 seconds left in the ball game. It'll be second down and 10 for the Indians. 60-32 the score. Indians trying to find one more here. Long ways to go at their own 48-yard line. 52 yards from the end zone for the Indians with 15 seconds remaining. They'll break the huddle. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 receiver to the far side of the formation. Dillahoo in the gun with James Hagan. He'll take the snap. He'll look to throw. Dillahoo looking across the middle. It's caught by Ryan Bailey at the 40-yard line. 9 seconds on the clock. And the clock will stop at the 40-yard line with 8 seconds remaining. And the Indians will have first down and 10 from the 40. The clock will spin after the first down, and the Indians will let it end there. Took a couple of shots, got themselves down to the 40-yard line, but it ends there. And the Indians' road to the Iowa High School football playoffs will end in Week 1 of the Iowa High School football playoffs as they fall to Central Lyon George Little Rock by a final score of 60-32 here in Rock Rapids. We'll take a break. We'll come back. Post-game show brought to you by County Line Seeds is next. Again, final score, Lions 60, Indians 32. Post-game show is next here on KIOW. This is Indian football from Koloff Media Sports.
Real men of of genius.
I don't know about genius, but we've been called worse. Call Matt, Chuck, or Jake at County Line Seeds, offering DeKalb Asgrow, Whiffles, NK, and Latham products. We strive by turning seeds into opportunity. Give us a call today, 641-581-3300. Now that I think about it, that was kind of catchy.
MBT Bank, based in Forest City, with 9 locations across northern Iowa and southern Minnesota to serve you. MBT supports the Forest City Indians, and we look forward to seeing our student athletes compete all year long. Good luck, Indians, from MBT Bank in Forest City.
Miller Pharmacy has complete prescription services, free delivery in town, by mail, along with curbside pickup located at the Mercy One Clinic in Forest City. Miller Pharmacy is also open Saturday mornings and gladly accepts Visa, MasterCard, and Discover. Call ahead and your script refill will be ready for you. No need to wait. Miller Pharmacy of Forest City.
Discover Waldorf University in Forest City, where your passion meets opportunity. With scholarships available up to full tuition, a wide range of athletics, fine arts, and over 35 clubs and organizations, there's something for everyone. Whether on campus or online, experience the support of a community that feels like home. Learn more today at waldorf.edu.
Forest City Auto is your local Napa Auto Care Center. Our local staff will work to get your vehicle back on the road. With state-of-the-art equipment, a 2-year parts and labor warranty on all repairs, and free pickup and delivery in Forest City. Forest City Auto is the place to take your vehicle. Call 641-581-3000 today.
Solventum, formerly the 3M Distribution Center of Forest City. The team at Solventum wishes our area athletes good health and good luck this season. Like any good team, working together brings out the best on the field or in the warehouse. The Solventum Distribution Center of Forest City.
Advanced Door Systems of Forest City. Advanced Door Systems is your Raynor and CHI overhead door dealer. They also service any make or model of overhead door. Call 641-585-1900 or see them online at ads-doors.com. Advanced Door Systems, the right door, the right way.
Welcome back to Rock Rapids. Aaron Eggestal with you here this evening as Forest City will fall 60-32. In our post-game show today, brought to you by County Line Seeds. County Line Seeds located off the airport blacktop in Forest City. Make sure you give them a call. We're just in the field. You saw how your seed performed. If it did not perform the way you would like it to next time, give our friends at County Line Seeds a call today at 641. Give them a call today or check them out on Facebook. County Line Seeds is the sponsor of today's post-game show. Of course, our friends there at County Line Seeds have over 40 years of combined experience. Give them a call, 641-581-3300. Over 40 years of combined experience with Jake, Matt, and Chuck. DeKalb, Asgrow, Whiffles, NK, and Latham products. They have you covered. County Line Seeds, the sponsor of today's post-game show, where Forest City falls by a final score of 60-32. Indians made a valiant effort. Were able to move the football for a majority of this game. Had a couple of drives that stalled pretty short on, but for the most part, the Indians were able to march the ball down the field. They were able to find some lanes, had over 435 yards, had exactly 435 yards of total offense in this game. But again, for a second straight week, the defense just can't get the stops they need. As last week, Okoboji found themselves on the right side of the Indians, not being able to get any stops. And this week, it is Central Lyon George Little Rock. Forest City, go back to the biggest play, probably the biggest play of the game was that third down play, one of the bigger plays in the game, that third down play. Indians had Central Lyon George Little Rock third down. It was second down and 15 at the time, and nearly had a third down and 20 from inside the 5-yard line. Instead, it was a 60-yard rush for Central Lyon George Little Rock, and able to set themselves up for another touchdown. And for a City, big stop, would have been a big stop defensively. At that point, it was only 24-14. Forest City gets a stop again. You still have to make a stop on third down, so you're not saying for sure that the Indians get a stop there. But if they do get that stop on third down, they get the ball on Central Lyon George Little Rock's side of midfield, probably for sure. And you're on the verge of making this a 3-point football game. But instead, Central Lyon George Little Rock punched another one in, and from there they go on to win 60-32, the final score here from Rock Rapids. Let's take you back through it. Touchdown scores in the ball game. As Central Lyon George Little Rock's first touchdown came 74 yards on 11 plays, 5 minutes and 7 seconds. and that touchdown was a Saddam 6-yard touchdown run. At that point, it was 14-0 as Central Lyon George Little Rock was able to return a punt all the way down to the 20-yard line, had just 20 yards to go, 20 yards on 3 plays, 1:33 off the clock on that one. And once again, Saddam runs the ball this time from 2 yards out. Central Lyon George Little Rock 14-0 over the Indians in the second quarter, but 4A City comes right back as the Indians march down the field 60 yards on 2 plays, take just 34 seconds off the clock, and Ty Dillevue finds Carson Hall for a 65-yard touchdown play. Just like that, the Indians are back into the football game. It's 14-7 at that point. Central Lyon George Little Rock, though, marches right back down and finds another touchdown, 58 yards on just 3 plays, takes 1:31 off the clock. And their third touchdown of the game was a 36-yard touchdown run by Albert as he takes the jet sweep from left to right across the formation and runs it in 36 yards for the touchdown. At that point, Central Lyon George Little Rock 21, 4A City 7. Well, the Indians come right back down, 82 yards on 9 plays, 5 minutes and 24 seconds off the clock, and James Hagan runs the ball into the end zone from 2 yards out. Here come the Indians as they are fighting back once again. It is 21-14, but they left too much time on the clock, and Central Lyon George Little Rock able to march down the field and connect on a 38-yard field goal. Logan Koob connects on a 38-yard field goal with 9 seconds left in the half, and we go to halftime. It's Central Lyon George Little Rock 24, 4A City 14. Come out in the second half, and Central Lyon George Little Rock gets the football back. That drive we were just talking about gets helped out. They go 85 yards on 7 plays and go in 3 minutes and 58 seconds and score their touchdown as Dale is able to connect to Kupperschmid for a 7-yard touchdown pass. And from there, it was another touchdown from Dale, as this time he got to Albert for a 33-yard touchdown pass. For a City down 3 scores at that point. Ty Dillevue is able to find another touchdown for the Indians as 4A City goes 6 plays, 65 yards on 5 plays, 4 minutes and 1 second off the clock. And the Indians scored Ty Dillevue 55 yards once again to Carson Hall. He went to 65 yards early in the game, goes 55 yards here. Dale runs the ball again for a touchdown 8 yards out as Central Lyon George Little Rock goes 65 yards on 5 plays, 2 minutes and 32 seconds off the clock. But the Indians again counter right back, 60 yards on 6 plays, 2:26 off the clock as Ty Dillevue finds Carson Hall for a 3rd time tonight as he hits Carson Hall on just a 5-yard touchdown pass for the Indians, and then one more touchdown punched in for Central Lyon George Little Rock. 51 yards they drove on 7 plays, 4 minutes and 26 seconds off the clock. And Saddam runs the ball in from just 1 yard out. And at that point, got us to our 60-32. What's the final score? 22 first downs in the game for the Indians, 7 on the ground, 17 through the air. They rushed for 84 yards. It was Ty Dillevue in his final game for the Indians, going 24 of 35 for 351 yards through the air. Great game from Ty as he racks up those career passing yards. He's going to come up just short of 2,000 yards this year for the Indians, as he had 1,490 coming into tonight, so basically 1,500, threw for 351 tonight. So he'll come up about 150 yards shy of 2,000 yards in the game. Threw for 4 touchdowns, had 19 touchdowns this season for the Indians. 4 tonight, came in with 15 on the year. Indians ran 59 offensive plays for 435 yards of total offense. They had a couple of penalties in this game. Had the ball for 26 minutes and 22 seconds, 4 of 11 on 3rd down, 3 of 3 on 4th down, punted 4 times for 36-yard average. Central Lyon had 26 first downs in the game, 13 on the ground, 13 through the air. They had 252 yards on the ground. Dale was 16 of 23 for 291 yards through the air. He threw 2 touchdown passes, 54 offensive plays tonight for Central Lyon, 543 yards of total offense for the Lions. So combined between the 2 teams, they're going to come up about 15 yards shy of 1,000 yards here in this ball game between the 2 teams. 435 for the Indians, 543 for Central Lyon.
4 penalties, 40 yards, had the ball for 21 minutes and 38 seconds. They're 1 of 5 on third down, 2 of 2 on fourth down, and they punted one time in the game for a 38-yard average. That's your team stats. Again, Dillevue, 24 of 35 for 351 yards and 4 touchdowns through the air. He also had 2 rushes for 4 yards. James Hagen, in his final game for the Indians, had 7 rushes for 73 yards. Peter Wilson, 3 rushes for 6 yards. And Luke Kearney had 3 rushes for 3 yards. Carson Hall had 192 yards receiving in his final game for the Indians. He had 8 receptions for 192 and 3 touchdowns. Ryan Bailey had 3 receptions for 36. Ty Sopko, 7 for 65 and a touchdown. Corey Thorson, 5 for 59 and 1 reception for James Hagen in the game. Defensively for the Indians, Fourier City had 8 total tackles out of Luke Kearney. That led the way for the Indians. 7 for Carson Hall, 7 for Ryan Bailey, 5 for Parker Cox, 4 for Nick Donchie, 4 for Tristan Bransoy, and 4 for Willie Holmes Jr. As far as Central Lyon goes, we mentioned Dale was 16 of 23 for 291 and 2 touchdowns. Albert had 2 rushes for 58 yards and a touchdown. Dale had 10 rushes for 101 yards and 2 touchdowns in the game. And Saddam had 87 yards on 18 carries and 3 touchdowns in the contest. It was also Peterson running one time and lost 5 yards in that rush. Through the air, Albert, he kind of gashed the Indians tonight. He went for 58 yards on the ground. He went 5 receptions for 48 yards through the air. Liam Vanderzee, 1 reception for 7. Higas went 2 receptions for 40. Maxwell, 1 reception for 12. Peterson, 1 reception for 16. And Kupperschmid went 6 receptions for 68 yards. Defensively for Central Lyon, they had Kupperschmid with 8 tackles, 6 for Christensen, 5 in the contest for Jack Kroll, 6 also for Bruns, and 6 for Liam Vanderzee in the ball game. Again, Fourier City's 2024 campaign will come to an end at 4-5 overall in the first round of the Iowa High School football playoffs as they fall 60-32 to Central Lyon George Little Rock. Our NBT Bank Player of the Game comes your way next. NBT Bank brings you tonight's Player of the Game. NBT Bank, a proud supporter of Fourier City High School football, has multiple locations in northern Iowa and southern Minnesota to serve you. Checkings, loans, savings, and more. NBT Bank is your bank. See them online at nbtbank.bank. We'll come back with our NBT Bank Player of the Game after this.
NBT Bank, with 10 locations across northern Iowa and southern Minnesota. A full-service community bank with checking and savings accounts, CDs, lending, and trust services. Where will you go with NBT? NBTbank.bank, member FDIC.
Back to Rock Rapids, Aaron Eggestal with you this evening as our NBT Bank Player of the Game. We're going with a pair of them, as they had a great ball game for the Indians. The quarterback wide receiver duo of Ty Dillevue and Carson Hall in their final game for the Indians. Dillevue threw for 351 yards and 4 touchdowns, and Carson Hall had 192 yards receiving for the Indians and 3 touchdowns. Can't really decide between those two, as they had both incredible games trying to keep Fourier City in this football game, and they will be your NBT Bank Player of the Game. Well, I appreciate each and every single one of you for joining us throughout this fall. It's been a lot of fun. The Indian volleyball team fell last night. The Indian football team falls tonight. We still do have a couple of fall games remaining. One local team, West Hancock, they win tonight over Hartley Melvin Sanborn. Lake Mills, GHV, and Fourier City all fall. So we have one KIW B103 football team remaining. That's West Hancock. They'll be back in action next week on Friday night. Jay and Kevin will have the call for you on that. Monday night, myself and Jared Allen will have the call of North Iowa and West Bend Mallard from North Iowa High School in Buffalo Center, as they'll play in a regional semifinal in Class 1A. Lake Mills, Rian Donna will have the call for you on that one at 7 p.m. from Appleton Parkersburg High School in a Class 2A regional semifinal. Want to thank everybody that made tonight's broadcast possible. John Lentz was our studio engineer. Ashley did a great job on camera. We thank all of our great, amazing sponsors that sponsored tonight's
broadcast. Go out, patronize those businesses, and tell them you appreciate their support of Forest City Indian High School athletics. We'll see you again in the winter time as we get closer to basketball and wrestling season for Forest City Sports once again here on KIOW from Koloff Media. I'm Zaron Agasol. Again, final score, Central Lyon George Little Rock 60, Forest City 32 in week 1 of the Iowa High School football playoffs. From Rock Rapids saying good night.